Mouse Daddy.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm all for this.
I mean,
Right.
we already
I
have
approve.
one plane. We already
I
have
approve.
one Dream Mouse.
Can I
He's
just
just
call
very. He's aged.
He's
Can I just
aged,
call
but
him-
is he a daddy?
Hey, can I
There's a
call him
distinction.
Grandpa Mouse?
Grandpa
I just-
Mouse.
Granddaddy.
You'll have to ask him.
It's Granddaddy Mouse.
Oh boy.
Dream granddaddy.
Well, if you don't know, or if you're just tuning in, hi.
Hello.
It turns out that we're playing Dream Mouse Daddy, apparently. But beyond that, we're also playing it in this wonderful system called Mouse Guard. And we'll just go ahead and get a few names and brains and announcements out of the way. Gosh, this is the hardest part. I just want to play the game. I don't want to talk about it.
No, talk
Alright.
about
Just do
stuff.
stuff.
You got this.
Just do
Okay.
stuff.
So here's what we'll do. So whoa, you guys are on. You guys are talking on my other computer. Okay, there we go. Now we're fine.
Oh no.
Oh no! Hi, my name is Ford, and you happen to be on the forefront where we're playing this wonderful game called Mouse Guard. We also play other silly role-playing games run by myself and I. But we would like to just put a little idea into your brain. Go ahead and give us a follow if you're brand new to this, because gosh darn it, we have a brand new idea. Once we hit 100 followers, I'll start right away, and I'll make something special, a little one-shot scenario that'll be done every month if we can reach those follower counts. And I'll do other things to make sure we can bump the one-shot goal up by, you know, subscribers or whatever else that comes to mind. But in the meantime, let's start talking about this wonderful world of Mouse Guard. Now, I have 3 players here who have already played in this fantastic realm. But I believe we have a new player, Axel. You're playing Old Blue.
Correct.
Old Blue. And Mr. Old Blue is here to basically answer to the matriarch. Old Bleu, you know that the Mouse Guard has served the territories, the Mouse Territories, a land where the mice are mice, but they're smart mice, they're intelligent, they're crafty and clever, and they've built for themselves a sort of confederacy of a medieval society, all sort of aided and overwatched by the Mouse Guard, who are a troop of several patrols of warriors, scientists, and weather watchers. The most important of things, of skills in the Mouse Guard. No, nobody takes weather watcher. But in any case, you are what rank?
I am a guard mouse.
You're a guard mouse.
An old guard mouse.
Oh, old indeed. You've served the guard for several years. Your Tenderpaw days are far behind you. And I think what will happen is you are going to be heading to Tapper's Point. Tapper's Point, you understand, is the seat of a new settlement. It used to be an outpost where the scent border of the territories was sort of maintained. They had a cache and storage of the chemical that creates this rather appalling mix of aromas that keep the bigger predators of the territories out. And you've been sent here alone with a shipment of grain. Now, there's already been a road sort of pushed into the wilderness of this spring season. And I'm gonna say, just go ahead and, do you have Pathfinder by chance? As a skill.
Yes.
You do.
Not a lot of it, but I have it.
Well, what's your ranking in it?
3.
3. That's good, because the path to Tapper's Point has been traveled quite a lot now, and the road is going to be fairly okay. Go ahead and just give me a roll of Pathfinder. That means you're going to roll 3 d6s. But if you'd like to maybe perhaps go ahead and, how to say, do you think any of your traits could help you in this manner? What are your traits?
Well, my traits are old fur, weather sense, and fearless.
Fearless. Do you feel fearless?
I'm not sure if any of those would help, but I am from Port Sumac, which is in the area.
Actually, you know what? I think if you want, you can take your Port Sumac route, and because it's a hometown, I'll give you a +1D advantage. And the obstacle is going to be 3, okay? So that means you need 3 successes. So, dice in Mouse Guard work like this. You roll however many d6s is in your skill, plus or minus whatever else you want to add or subtract from that. And then, as you count your successes, which are 4, 5s, and 6s, you pray that you get enough. If you don't get enough, I can invoke a twist, which adds a little complication to the story, or a condition, which gets you what you want, but you're going to carry with you a condition. A condition, just like that. That will hamper you in future rolls. So, here's what we'll do. Go ahead and just roll 46s, and we'll see what happens.
Alright. Let's see if we get this timer right.
Oh, 2 successes. Now, what are your wises?
Thunderstorm wise.
Thunderstorm wise. You know what? I think we'll say it is not thunderstorming at this time. It is in fact a dry spring morning, and by the time you reach Tapper's Point, you are hungry and thirsty. Boy howdy. So go ahead and mark off hungry and thirsty on your condition sheet.
Alright.
So that was just a little tutorial, just to let you know how these dice roll and whatnot. But you managed to get here pretty alright, with a small little cart of grain behind you. And as you approach, you see that there are 2 fellow guards mice standing at the front there. And they sort of look over to you with a little surprise. And immediately, the red fur standing there perks up, sort of like stands at the ready with his halberd. He goes, "Well, hey there! How you doing?"
Well, old Blue is gonna kind of be leaning on his halberd as he hobbles up here, feeling a bit hungry, a bit peckish. And he's gonna look this young mouse over, like, "You call that guard duty, youngin? I saw you slacking."
No, sir, I swear. And he starts trying to like iron out the wrinkles in his like his yellow cloak as he's sort of like, I swear, sir, I was looking out for predators all over the place. And you see the girl mouse next to him. She kind of just rolls her eyes and looks to the grain shipment and says, "Is that for us?"
Aye.
Thanks. I'll take it from here. All new guards mice are to report to the guard captain. If she's indisposed, which I'm sure you'll find out, you'll be talking to Patrol Leader Quincy, alright?
Understood.
And the red fur sort of says, well, if you need any help, I have to stay here, but if you have any questions, mister.
Blue. They all call me Blue.
But as this is happening, yes, Blaze it, that wonderful red.
God, I love him so much.
The rest of you have been called into Patrol Leader Quincy's quarters. Pepperjack, you are there, as well as Ellie and Ida. And the Patrol Leader Quincy is a optimistic mouse. And you do seem to get the idea that he may be the head of the station patrol that first came to Tapper's Point, but he sort of tried to take over a lot of the other things that are happening. He has a very low opinion of Captain Arabelle, in fact. He also has a lot of headbutting with old Bernard, who is sort of like, he's not the mayor, but he's sort of like the oldest mouse there, and the original member of Tapper's Point, as you understand it. And they don't see eye to eye in a lot of things. And you notice that there's another mouse in here, and you've seen this mouse from time to time, but this is the first time you've seen them. This is Ari Tapper. And Ari is obviously a bit of a recluse. He is a blonde-furred mouse, and he sort of keeps to himself. You've noticed that he's sort of sitting off to the side, just sort of looking at all of you a little bit curiously, and fidgeting with his paws from time to time. And you see his tail just sort of like bobs to and fro on his seat. And Quincy leans over his desk, and he says, "So, I understand that a lot of you have been very busy. And some of you, to my dismay, we've had to send elsewhere. Would you please, now usually we would like written reports, but papers kind of scarce right now. So we'll be taking an oral report. Pepperjack, would you please inform us of what's been going on with your duties?"
Yes, of course. Well, the road, nice and secure.
Nice and secure.
And the,
please elaborate.
yes, and, we got rid of the toad problem. That's done. We've also reinforced the area so that bugs are nice and safe away from the toads.
Good to hear.
Trapped up the area, and unfortunately, Simon is no longer with us.
Simon Swift, aforementioned. Unfortunate. And he sort of does look up to Ellie as well, and he says, "Do you have anything to report on that issue? We have a few residents who are taking this badly."
She kind of is gonna kind of look off to the side, like she's like avoiding eye contact, and she's like, well, I mean, he died. I mean, there's really nothing else to say.
How did he die? And you see now that Ari Tapper, the mayor, is studying each of you very curiously.
Well,
He pretty much ran off. We told him to stay close,
yeah.
and we set out a search party after him. We found him. Just before we were able to get him back, we also came upon a really big possum.
And her babies.
Forget
Forget the babies.
The babies. And it was really
but
fun.
we killed her. Well, not
We
really.
scared her off.
Yeah.
But Simon broke away from our protection, and she caught him.
And Quincy looks over to Mayor Tapper and says, "Well, there you have it. That's what happened." And Ari sort of rubs his temples, and he says, "From now on, Quincy, I want you to tell Arabelle that if there's any of my mice going back into the territories, I would like her to reconsider. Because clearly, I mean, I'm going to talk to all of them, because he was at fault, but he should not have been in the territories to begin with." And Quincy says, "Well, I thought your foraging team was... We don't have a lot of resources here. Anyway, so we'll be getting in contact with some more wild mice. We'll be getting some help from them. And at this, Ari just shakes his head and gets up and walks out. Old Blue, you are outside of this door. You were very curtly dismissed by Guard Captain Arabelle. It literally was just you knocked on the door, and a voice inside said, "Please send your regards or missions or whatever to Charlie de Quincy, please. I'm busy."
He would have just, "Yes, sir," and headed back out to take a seat for a while because his old bones are creaking.
And you see this mouse, blonde fur, wearing a little vest and a little hat, just storm out in a huff. And he points at you and he says, "I think this is your 4th member. Take care of what's in the branches, alright? Just make sure nobody dies this time." And he like stomps down the stairway. I should have described what Tapper's Point was like to you, Old Blue. Tapper's Point is sort of like built into this humongous pine tree in a clustered grove of pine trees. And it is sort of like built into the trunk as well as expanded through some extra buildings that are sort of like carved out inside. The construction anywhere above that has been kind of ruined. You notice that there are some remains of haphazardly put together scaffoldings and stairs that would have led up to perhaps an extension, but it's completely destroyed now. And you walk in, and how about all of the other mice describe what they look like?
I guess I'll go first.
I was gonna.
Pepperjack, and Pepperjack looks like he has a little wine-colored cloak to him. Kind of like gray fur with a whitish underbelly, and he's really fluffy. He's not chunky. He's just really fluffy.
He's chubby.
I heard that.
Now, he doesn't have the fat trait. You can't say that.
He's just fluffy, and he's extra fluffy now that he's mad.
Go ahead and tell us what his belief is.
Oh yes, of course. So Pepperjack's belief is he strives to be the best scout that he can be, so that he can always have the edge to protect those whom he travels with. He's a pretty positive mouse in the face of danger.
Lovely. And beside him is Ellie. Go ahead and describe your mouse, your cloak color. Oh, guard rank. You're a patrol guard, right?
Yes, I am a patrol guard.
Oh. And Ellie, give us the whole rundown.
So he is actually a rank higher than I am. I'm a guard mouse. So I play Ellie. She is basically all the neutral colors rolled into one puffball. She is, black, brown, blonde. You name all the neutral colors, she's got it. So she's a mixture of all. She's actually sisters to Edda. Abby plays, but she has a blue cloak. Loves her cloak, but she actually wears a scientist coat, and then she wears the cloak like on top of that. So she's a scientist. She likes to study things and like figure out, how the world works and whatnot. And on the topic of science, her belief is that all possibilities should be explored for the good of all. A mouse needs to think with her head and act with her heart in order to succeed.
And beside her is perhaps a sibling. You don't know. Go ahead and tell us if there's any indication of that, as well as the belief.
Well, there is an indication that Edda, who is my character, is Ellie's sister, just because you see her kind of scooting towards Ellie and being like, "What do you mean somebody died? What has been going on since I saw you last? Did you get in trouble?"
I'll explain later.
So, Edda is a kind of a strawberry blonde fur color. She has a slate gray cloak that she wears, and she just has like bits of parchment and paper and scrolls. There's always something on her that like she should be, or she can be reading, or that she's carrying around. Her belief is basically a librarian belief. Knowledge is the strongest weapon for defense and progression. Therefore, we must learn all we can and make that information available to mice everywhere.
Yay.
Alrighty.
Go, sis, go.
And what do they see walking inside of this room to Patrol Leader Quincy's office?
Oh, so we're like walking in there?
Oh, no. Old Blue.
Oh, okay.
Give us a description of who you are and what your belief is.
Old Blue, he's a bit of an older mouse, and it's very apparent because he has very black fur, but it's graying all around all the edges. He's got a bit of a hobble to him when he walks. He kind of favors one of his legs over the other. But he carries a big old, gnarly looking staff that's got a blade mounted on it, so it's a halberd actually, but he uses it kind of like a cane to carry it around with it. And he's got a deep blue cloak on, kind of like the water. And he wears just a beat up looking suit of armor. Just a Chet breastplate basically that's all beat up.
Nicely.
And he's got the Fu Manchu and a beard.
His whiskers are very, very. They're just very.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Master Splinter.
Oh man. Do some kung fu for us. Get that.
Right?
Throw that weapon down.
Oh, Blue is
Everybody-
a fighter.
That's true. What is his belief though? What does he fight for?
Blue's belief is that his old bones haven't failed him yet, and he's gonna keep fighting until they do.
Yeah.
And as you walk in, you see that there's a younger mouse. He wears. I think he wears a purple cloak, and he sort of beams at your presence. Says, this is the one I've been hearing about. Old Blue, nice to meet you finally. And he walks across the room and just tries to shake your hand.
And Blue will kind of give a quick salute first, and then offer his hand, seeing that it's kind of an awkward moment of which hand to do what with for a second before he finally takes the hand, and he's like, "Pleasure to meet you too, sir."
Well, excellent. Sorry for dropping any formalities. We try to keep things well. I try to. Well, Captain Arabelle wants us to be yourself. Anyways, and he turns around and he goes to his desk, and he says, "So, it's good that you're here because this meeting is sort of to lay down some problems. So, Tapper's Point is supposed to be. We need to hurry it along because come summer we're gonna start making this place boom. But we need room to do that. We need places where people can live. Now the outpost has worked just fine with the residents, but it's clearly already cramped with the extra guard mice on hand. And our attempts to build previously were interrupted. The birds of the wild country they're kind of pushy. And before we can start work on that, thankfully old Bernard's doing great. He's recovering. He had a little tumble back when the Blue Jay came. That's why it's in shambles. That was a Blue Jay. It looks like there are some other birds that have taken roost, and we really would not like them to roost here unless, and he says this with another smile spreading across his face as he sort of begins to drum his paws on the table, unless we can put them to work. We're realizing, it's kind of... We really can't risk sending the foraging team out and put them at risk. And he does sort of give Ellie and Pepperjack this quick glance, just a quick one, as he continues, as well as put more guards mice in danger. It's wild country after all. We don't know what's out there. What we would like you to do, at the very least, we need the crows to understand they can't just stay here and possibly rip apart some of the work that we're going to do. They also can't steal from us. What I need from you guys is to talk to them. I want them as scouts. I want them as perhaps mounts.
How are we gonna do that?
Well, This is
Because
for-
like at this point, Ellie's like thinking like logically, so she's like, "How is this even like possible?" Like that's what's going through her mind right now.
do any of you have lore mouse?
I'm gonna say Abby probably would. I don't think.
We have one mouse with lore mouse, right?
Ada.
I don't have it.
He looks from Ellie to Ida and says, "Well, that's why I'm putting her in charge of this mission." Ida, you're a patrol guard, yes?
Yep.
No, she's a guard mouse.
Garmouse.
Oh, you're a guard mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
because he looks at his file and says, "Oh dear." In that case, Pepperjack, you're gonna take the head of this one, but she's the one that makes it possible. So please put her at the forefront of all of your.
She makes the final decisions.
Yeah, sure, but she's the one who makes it possible. So there we go. What I need from you and your patrol, including Blue here, is to figure out why they're here, because this is a recent development. These two crows. And what we can give them to perhaps convince them to work for us.
Okay.
Before we begin, I just had one question. I heard some talk about somebody named Simon. Now, I was not here during these events, but
Oh boy, here we go again.
could you tell me what happened?
Well, you heard it here. They went on a mission. The road to Wolf Point was being constructed. The foraging team was being some of the only able-bodied, as well as only capable mice of trekking through the wild country, and some of the territory. They, unfortunately, it seems Simon wandered off for some reason. We haven't been able to verify why, but
Even though we told him not to.
he died.
Yeah.
A possum came by and snatched him up.
So,
Sis, we tried.
no. I understand the death itself, and I understand definitely that people can go walking off. And I understand that guard mouse here are scarce. However,
He wasn't a
would
guard
suggest-
mouse.
a forager?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
He's one of the.
Oh.
Tapper's Point kind of isn't happy about it.
Well, I would
don't
expect
blame
not.
them.
So I need something to convince them that the guard is doing its best. And
I'm not
for
sure it is at
for,
this
for
point.
for the benefit. I mean, this is Matriarch's orders. You have to do this, please.
Yes, of course.
We'll get this done. I'm not happy about this either.
I don't think any of us are, but I mean, we're gonna have to move on whether they like it or not. I mean, sure, they're probably gonna need some time for grieving, but they're gonna have to move on at some point.
Mm-hmm. But they hold grudges. These are wild country mice. They may say they work, that this outpost was set up for the guard, but they're not happy about it. And so now we gotta make it up to them. And to make it up to them, we're gonna
I
give
don't
them
think
2
they
big
ever
crows! And he sort of like thumps the table enthusiastically. Ooh.
Alright. We'll get it done.
Alright.
So I'll make sure these youngins make it back.
Thank goodness. This is why you're here, Blue.
This
Yeah,
is old
we need experience.
Blue. And Ada kind of looks at him with a little bit of skepticism on her face.
Ellie likes him already.
Alright.
He's like, oh,
So, here is the point in the session where I need all of you to consider what you want to do for your session. Basically, write down a goal, either about the mission or about something else you want to do. We are going to start the Game Master's turn a little bit after it. I'm going to give you guys a moment to pre-RP before you start
Okay.
going up into the tree.
Okay, perfect.
The tree that has no stairs.
So I kind of want to figure out if there's a way that I can maybe create some sort of scent, like scientifically, to see if like I can entice the crows to come to our side. You know, like something that they'll like, you know, and like I can be like, hey, you know, like I can offer this scent for you, but in return you gotta come, you know, work for us. You know, or
Interesting.
maybe I can like go out and like gather some food that they like berries or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I'm trying to think.
So
how
you want
put
to
into
like
words.
do a science thing to make the crows ally themselves with you.
Yeah. Doing science things.
Scientific
I'm thinking do science thing or like make a scientific creation / like forage
Got it.
to help.
Lovely.
Yeah.
How about the rest of you?
Okay, so I've got Lore Mouse. However, I don't have any like, I don't know. Isn't there a specific like trait or background that you're like good with animals or you can communicate with animals somehow? I don't have that.
Lore Mouse.
Is that Lore Mouse?
That's Lore Mouse.
That's Lore Mouse.
Oh, well, crap then. Okay, so I'm gonna.
She's like, oh, all right.
I'll take it. Okay, so I want to see how possible it is, or how likely it is that the crows would listen to us, just because I personally don't know a lot about crows.
So how would you turn that into like a goal that you could just zone
Oh.
in on?
My goal right now is actually, sorry, didn't know that was what you were talking about, convince the crows not to harm us. That's my only goal.
Okay then. Pepperjack, how about yourself?
I'm thinking my goal is to try to turn the morale around for Tapper's Point.
Oh my. That's a good point because even Blaze is a little bit sour.
Yeah.
But
So I really want to do this so we can turn this morale around.
alrighty. And last. Why? I don't have an event. Dismiss. My
Oh
phone
my god.
yelling at
Jeez,
me.
that scared the crap out of me. Oh my god.
All right. Well,
Whew. Okay.
Old Blue, Mr. Axel, what do you have to accomplish this first session of Mouse Guard? Welcome.
Well, Old Blue, his main focus this time around, at hearing about this death and all the problems it's caused, is to make sure these youngins make it back, even if he has to carry them back.
Oh,
Nice. All right.
it's so adorable. Ellie loves you even more.
Oh my goodness. So we have our goals. What do you guys do before you ascend up the pine tree of Tapper's Point?
So, can I go and meet with the head scientist? real quick?
Yes. You
Uh,
can.
Uranos, I think was his name.
So, Urianus.
Yeah.
He is available. You notice that he's sort of hunched over at this table that has like a divot in it, and he's sort of like pouring some thick syrup into it, and he's sort of trying to make a gel of some sort. And he looks up and he says, "Oh, hello there. Hey, welcome. What do you go there by yourself, by the way, or do you bring everybody else?"
I don't know. If they want to come with, that's fine. I was just planning on going over there by myself.
I guess
but-
that's up to Pepperjack.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can come with me. It's fine.
And Urianus says, "Well, what brings you in? I'm making some. So you know what? Like mice bleed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make that stop." And he's just
so
sort
you're
of
trying
like,
to make some kind of like coagulant to make it stop.
exactly, yeah, that's what I'm doing. But like, I also just want I don't want to touch blood, so I'm trying to make it like something that
Kind of
goes
like a
over.
glove.
I guess, but like we only have so many gloves here. I need like.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Maybe if you try using something that sticks better. I don't know.
Something
Maybe some
sticky.
kind of sap or honey.
Thistles. We'll use thistles. That
Ooh. Oh, that might be too much though. And hard
Actually,
to forage for.
Anyways, sorry, I'm in my own mind right now. What does your
You're
mind
fine.
say?
So I actually had a favor to ask of you.
Uh-huh.
If you're not too busy.
I have a 2-track mind. Go ahead, lay it on me.
So I have noticed lately that, Tapper's Point hasn't been exactly a cheery place, and we're thinking that we're gonna try and, turn that around, so
Ah. Well, that's sweet. That's really sweet.
yeah, so Mr. Quincy wants us to go and see if we can go get the crows on our side.
There's the crows. Yeah, can you do something about that? They've been screaming all night, and I haven't discovered how to make earplugs out here.
They've been screaming all night?
Well, you guys would know that the birds and the crows that sort of frequent the wild country have been rather louder as of late, especially the crows.
Which is unusual.
Yeah, it is a bit unusual, but you guys would probably be okay with it in the territories. In Tapper's Point, it's more of a problem.
Yeah.
So at least for this guy seems to have trouble with it.
So, I was wondering that maybe you could, help me, or provide some kind of like scent or something that they would particularly like, or that they would enjoy, or something like that.
I don't. So I actually probably could, but what do crows like? Do they? I only have so much barrier, and I'm running out. So what do crows like?
At this point she'll turn to Etta, and she goes, do you know, like, you read and you have books and stuff?
I think I might know something about that. However, if you're trying to attract these things, we need to make sure that it's something that crows like, but not like in terms of eating.
What about...
Actually, yeah, a lot of stuff in here is probably inedible, or you will die.
We don't want to try to kill the crows, and we don't also want them to either get mad or try to eat us if we're attracting them to a certain place.
What about shiny things?
Yeah, they like shiny things. I got lots of that, but I mean, that's my stuff.
I was about to say, can I roll a lore mouse?
You hunter or lore mouse.
Okay. I got 3 in lore mouse. Beats.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry, just 1 second.
Does anybody want to help?
I don't have anything to help.
While they're all doing that, Little Blue's just gonna kind of be looking around at all this scientific nonsense and just scowling at it, not approving it all.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Nah.
2
Got the 4.
successes.
Did you roll that right?
I forgot the roll command.
I also have it in a handout if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just forgot the
4 on the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you got 2 successes, right?
I got a 6 and a 4.
6 and a 4.
So
That
yes.
unfortunately, so
Yeah, just 1.
to sort of learn stuff about an animal, especially with lore mouse, it sort of is against their nature.
Mm-hmm.
And the crow's nature is very high.
Oh.
So I don't think you would be able to, unfortunately...
Could she spend any kind of like persona pointers or anything on that?
I mean, I could.
You could, but actually,
Just
wait. I
suggesting.
have to make a. Oh, I have to make a lore mouse check. So I have to roll. My bad.
Oh,
Yeah, I have to roll. My bad. Let me look at this again. Okay. 3 successes. They beat you by
you suck.
just 1. Unless you want to try to use a fate point and re-roll that 6.
Or you mean the 4?
No, the 6, because fate points can only re-roll 6s.
Sure, let's do that. Okay, so...
So go ahead and just roll a d6 for me.
Yeah. Oh.
Fortunately, that's not enough.
Oh.
Never mind.
Alright, so here's what you're going to be able to discern. Crows, unlike other birds, are quite mischievous. You get the sense that they are extremely selfish. So far that their mischievous nature leads them to stealing. But you do know that they are attracted to shiny things. They might be attracted to smelly things, but it would have to be something really potent. And you don't know if there's something you could make here that could do that, because you're not a scientist. You don't know. You would have to ask them, essentially, of what they would like a smelly thing to be, I guess. But
Okay,
maybe if they had, that's all you can really discern, is that they're mischievous. They often steal, but they're very playful, especially with other predators and other animals like that, to their detriment.
Okay.
That's really all you can discern right now. And mark a fail for that lore mouse.
Yeah. So I say this information.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So for each session, do the passes and fails stay, or do they get reset?
They stay. You keep track of them.
Okay.
And Urianis just says, yeah, I'm sure they'd love to steal lots of things in this room. Unfortunately, all of this stuff is kind of in use currently.
Do you
Yeah,
have
that
any-
one's dirty.
No, that's spyglass. I use that at night, and
Oh,
unfortunately, we are in the middle of the woods and I can't see the sky. But one day, I'm going to take a trip and I'm going to use it, so you can't have that.
Is there anything that you can part with?
I mean, if you have something to offer. Do you have Haggler? Anybody here?
I have Persuader.
Blue has a pack.
Wait,
I have
you
Haggler
have Haggler?
too.
I
Oh
have
my gosh!
Persuader.
If you guys,
yes.
if whoever wants to start
Pepperjack
haggling,
can help, and with
Yeah.
Manipulator.
And I can help with Persuader.
Okay, so let's see. Old Blue has 2 Haggler. Ida, you have how many?
2 hagglers. Well,
2 Haggler. Okay, I think I want Old Blue to step in and do some haggling, because that's like
yes.
I want you to come into the scene and be like, you're science shit. You could. this.
Hey!
I mean, who knows? Who
Hey!
knows? This means that you can get helping dice from Ida, who also has Haggler. Pepperjack, you have Manipulator.
Mhm.
And how do
I
you?
have Persuader.
You have Persuader. I think you could also help with Scientist.
I could. Scientist is high, or yeah, I could do Scientist. Scientist is 2 as well.
You'd be able to know, like, you're not using this for experiments. Come on.
Yeah. Pepperjack's
Right.
pretty much just gonna back Old Blue and pretty much saying, well, imagine if we can get these 2 crows on our side, how much territory they can cover, how many things can they find for you?
That's true. You see his eyes sort of like light up with possibilities.
And Ellie kind of lays it on a little thick. She's like, think of all of the, all of the experiments you could do, all the things that you could create with that stuff. I mean, we could create such a scent border that nobody's ever smelled before.
That's
right.
That's so powerful.
Blue's gonna kind of weasel his way into this conversation with his Port Sumac trader ways. 'Cause he's been around the port the way parents were boatsmen, and he kind of weasels his way in. And he's like, "Just think of it as a down payment, my young man."
That's so good. Ida, get in on this. You have Haggler too.
It's down payment, and I just, it's one thing. I'm sure you're very busy with the scent thing at this point. I'm sure that while we get a replacement, you wouldn't miss one thing for very long, because you're obviously very engrossed in your work. Would just be for a short while. And we would owe you.
And think about this. We could probably
Would owe
replace
you.
half of your stuff in here with even better stuff at this point. Especially if we have the crows. They
This
can
is-
go and get better things.
This is so cool. Okay, so it's
All we need is some dingy scrap metal and a polishing rag.
Yeah, the crows
That's
can
it.
definitely get that.
oh my gosh. Okay, so you're getting 3 helping dice. That means you have 5 dice, right?
Yes.
If that's the
Yes,
case,
two normal.
Axel, do you want to use any traits that Old Blue has?
What traits does he have?
Because you can use these to aid you. That gives you a +1. You could also use these to hamper yourself and give yourself a -1. This would give you a player's check for the player's turn.
Indeed. I guess I'll just use old fur against myself because I don't understand these newfangled thingamajigs, and I'm probably pointing at expensive stuff that I want to take.
I like it.
Wow,
I
this is
like it.
beautiful.
That's
All right,
good.
so that'll earn you a player's check. Are you ready? All right, here goes Urianos. Ah!
Ooh.
All right, I roll 4.
Yes, indeed.
Oh. I
Yeah.
mean.
He's strong. All right.
Very, very.
So you
Convincing.
you see Urianos sort of clenches his teeth, and he nibbles one finger and he goes
10% interest.
10%. All right.
10% interest.
I mean,
Don't worry about it, sister.
last time I was in Port Sumac, I mean, heck, most of this stuff came out of there. Okay, yeah. Let's see. And you see he sort of like rummages around, and he finds a few little things. He gives you that spyglass. He says it's kind of cracked, anyways.
Does he give it to Old Blue?
He does.
Yeah, old blue start just sticking this stuff in his satchel bag.
Okay, so he gives you a spyglass that's made of brass. And it's also, like, it's very dusty, but it's nothing your guard cloak can't clean up. You also get this, you receive this very shiny, I would say it's like, oh my gosh, I want to say it's like a mirror. And I would say it's just about mouse head sized. And he sort of says, "My mother gave this to me. I don't want it anymore."
Sure.
Just kind of like a hand mirror, basically.
It's like, well, it's kind of like a large, like, it's something you think like a mouse would use to sort of inspect their figure, just to like sort of turn around and like adjust their
Yeah.
features and whatnot, prune their whiskers, I guess.
Pepperjack secretly does this.
Oh. But he sort of gives it to you and he says, "Ah, it's just taking up space and honestly, I mean, where am I gonna go with something like that? I mean, come on. I think I'm ready to part with it."
If you say
Good
so.
man, good man.
But beyond that, he sort of like gives you guys like those 2 items, and then he sort of says, "That's it. That I mean, that's it. Honestly, the rest of this stuff is like
That's
in
great.
use. If they need more, maybe I can give you something else. But that's if
It's
they."
okay. We could probably forage for something else at that point.
Also,
But
can
we-
you guys like be careful because like crows? I'm not gonna lie, crows like all kinds of things. So
I don't know if you just heard, but we just took on an entire possum and her 7 babies, so I think we'll be okay.
And somebody died.
did you
Not one of us.
happen to get any teeth from them?
Oh, I forgot. I should have.
That's okay.
I
It'll-
did stab her tail though.
Good job. For well, you know,
I should've
I would
grabbed
love a
the key.
tail. What could I do with that? Sorry,
Well,
you can
if
go
you-
now. By the way, oh my god! And you see that his pine sap gel mixture has sort of like begun to harden, and he's like, bye, and he starts
Yeah,
stirring it
yeah, you
very
gotta handle it.
vigorously.
At this point, Ellie's like kind of like looking at it like with like fascination.
It's
Oh, see,
it's not
and
supposed
Blue was
to
just
be.
about to launch into a story about the time he fought off 3 robins single-handed.
Oh.
And then like she's gonna be like ooh, and like she'll be like staring at it, and you'll have to like pry her away from it.
All right.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
And she kind of gives this like degenerate like.
So-
okay.
What would you guys like to do now?
I'd like to go see Mikhail.
Okay. You go over to Mikhail's place. It is empty. He usually hopes to he tries to put on like big festive things, but not many people have been showing up lately. You can probably attribute this to the somber mood as of late. The only other person in there currently is Blaze, and he's very hungrily munching on a grasshopper leg, Mikhail's feature dish. And the instant he sees Old Blue, he sort of like stumbles a bit. He's like put his halberd on the seat next to him, and he knocks it over, and it falls to the floor with a heavy clunk as Blaze tries to like salute. It's some exaggerated fashion. Like he has like grasshopper legs stuck in his like bulgy
I'm just
cheeks.
imagining this. I want fan art of this.
Blue
too.
tries, like, he kind of stifles a chuckle at this and just kind of, better be vigilant, boy. That's how the birds will get you when you're not paying attention.
No. He's trying to speak, but it's hard. Actually, I'm trying to do the accent, but I don't know how to like. Hold on, fuck. I got it, sir. No problem. They won't get me in here.
That's what they want you to think, boy.
Noodle's probably kind of like.
And he like quickly starts like chewing. His cheeks are just like, and he just swallows this half chewed food, and you see his throat bulge with it, and his eyes begin to water. And he says,
Oh my god.
I swear, sir, it's my break time. Sibby told me. I've been out there all morning. I need to sit down.
You're okay, Blaze. You're okay. Eddie.
Oh, thanks, Pepper Jacks. Nice to see you.
I turned
Good to
to
see you,
Old
buddy.
Blue, and I kind of. What did you do to that poor boy?
I can't.
Old Blue,
I've never seen him react like that to anybody.
that was crazy.
They're
He's gonna
impressed.
whip-
They're
whip him into
impressed,
shape.
Old Blue.
You got some help.
I have that effect on the
or
youngins.
something?
Don't you worry about it.
And he sort of like turns to Ida and Ellie. Are you two here to get some food? And he sort of like
Kinda.
he sort of grimaces and he says,
Cause
I'm okay.
have a lot.
I'm okay.
There's not a lot to go around.
Mikhail said. He's kind of upset about it. And you see, Mikhail has like a counter set up behind at the far end of this little like restaurant. It's what he hoped it to be. And the Mikhail is this sort of spry. You'd say he's about middle-aged, brown mouse, just sort of like currently cleaning pots and pans in the little basin that he has. And he looks up and just says, "Hi there. Nice to see all of you again."
I'm
You okay,
Mikhail.
Mikhail?
Yeah, something that seems like it's bothering you.
Oh, there's a lot bothering us these days. But that's just Tapper's point. We'll bounce back from it. I could help them bounce back if they would come to Community Potfest.
Are you having problems getting people to the gatherings? That doesn't seem
I try to.
right.
I leave the door open. I cook for so long. I labor so hard.
Mice these days don't
My
even show up
paws.
to community stuff. All the cozy living, taught in bad ways.
Well, listen, that's why I'm here. We deserve cozy living in Tapper's Point, and if they want more mice to show up and love it so much that they're gonna stay and live here beyond the scent border, I don't know what else to do. But hey,
Maybe-
I know the guards mice appreciate me. You guys want some food?
Maybe
Yeah.
you should. Maybe there's a reason.
I
they
go,
can't.
"Hey,
maybe
guys."
Maybe you should take it to them.
Take it.
I kind of like whisper to them, "Hey guys, maybe Mikhail can help us out with these crows. Maybe he can whip up something special that they'll just love to eat."
He's just sort of
Does he
furiously
know anything
scrubbing
about
his pants.
crows?
While they're whispering this, Old Blue's like, food? I'm starving, Sonny. I just got here.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
you
you're
look
new?
famished.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness!
He has never eaten your food before.
I
I'll
think
tell you
you'll
what.
like it, Old Blue.
Nothing in the territories is about to match what you're about to taste. And he runs over to the other side of the restaurant.
I'll
And
see you, Sonny. I've been around.
he says, "Is
Oh.
that so? What? I bet
Sounds
they,
like a challenge.
I bet everything else after this is gonna taste like a dung beetle from now on. I got what you need. And he has this grasshopper sort of like on the table nearby, and he just grabs a butcher's knife and just hacks at the leg and just rips it off. And
Ellie just like looks away and like shivers, and she goes like she lets out this little like squeak.
and he starts seasoning it, and he's sort of attacking this job right now. You've not seen guards mice that move this fast or this dedicated, and he's going to town on it. It's gonna take a while to cook, though. He sort of thinks you guys aren't on a mission right now.
So did he even like hear what Ellie suggested?
No, he didn't.
Like she suggested that he take the food. Well, now she's like she wants to suggest that to him, but at the same time she's like a little afraid because he's got a knife and he's like furiously like preparing stuff.
It's true. It's true.
I go, hey
So
guys.
she'll at this point she'll kind of like tentatively like approach him, and she'll kind of like be like, Mikhail,
Oh yes, what is it, darling?
and like she's kind of like jumps back a little bit because like she's afraid that he's gonna like cleave her in two.
He's now got parsley, and he's just
Yeah.
like he's looking at you, but he's still cutting.
Yeah, and like that's what makes her nervous. And she's like, I know you're like all excited and everything, but I actually we and she kind of like glances at the others and then like looks back at him. She goes, I kind of have a favor to ask of you.
A favor? Well, I have. Well, listen, do you have a favorite dish? Oh my god, I knew it. Listen, I can try to make something like the territories do. I know it's not your hometown. I know Lockhaven has that special sprug nut bread, but I just don't have.
Mikhail, I love your cooking. Don't get me wrong.
That's
I love
good.
your cooking. But this is actually for something.
Oh, so a friend of
else.
yours.
Not really a friend.
Is it a present?
She wants some food to attract some crows that we're trying to get on our side.
Anna.
And he like slams the butcher's knife down.
And
on
she like
the
jumps
parsley
back and lets
stalk.
out. Yeah, and she lets out another little squeak, and like she actually like she runs back behind Old Blue.
And he sort of shakes his hand and says, "Oh, you wanna just take my food and you wanna give it to bottom feeders? You wanna give it to
And, like, she
carrion
kinda-
eaters?
so-
I see."
So she's like this, like
No.
behind Old Blue.
You don't understand how
And-
top secret this is.
And she goes, "Look, we were sent by Quincy, and Mr. Quincy wanted us to go and get these crows on our side."
Oh, Quincy. Okay, not Arabelle. You know, the guard captain.
We tried her, but she didn't even respond. She just waved
She's
us
not
away.
Yeah,
going well right now.
this sort of seems to be a thing with you guards mice. You come in here and sometimes it's not even with the same orders. I don't know who's in charge anymore, Quincy or Arabelle. I'm kind of confused right now. And
Is it usually
Kyle.
between those two?
huh?
Is it usually
Oh.
between those two, Quincy and Arabelle?
He sort of like does not, says, "Yeah, you guys tell us. You come in to our home and you say we're gonna turn this into a tower of luxury, and it seems like you're split between well, you guys aren't. You guys are great, but it's just
No,
it's
I
just
agree.
your cloaks, darling.
I know. It's been really hard, but we're really trying hard, and we could
Mikhail,
really use your help, Mikhail.
If we get the
That's
crows
just
on our
it.
side,
You need my help. Why does the guards mice need?
Mikhail,
I'm
listen
just-
to me.
I
Like,
just
at this,
live here, guys.
At this
and-
point, Ellie's gonna like come
I need your
around.
cooking skills.
At this
I need
point,
you to
Ellie.
cook something that's
And he
so
sort of like
so
stops and
good.
says, "I'm sorry. Okay, I just got way out of hand. Ellie, please continue. Finish. I lost it there. I'm sorry."
And she
No,
kind
no.
of
We don't need to give these crows the good food. Just the
Like,
scraps is all they need.
she'll come
These are
around
crows. They'll
Make
eat
it
anything.
Yeah.
sound good.
like she'll come around Old Blue and she'll go, So yeah, like you can give them, whatever you want. Like you can even give them the scraps, or whatever. We just need something to help them get on our side. And think about it, like if we do get these crows on our side, they can bring you so many things, so many new things that you can try and experiment and cook with, and
Oh,
see
they
what
can
tastes
catch so
good.
much.
Yeah, they can get
Hey,
like
if they won't
berries
cooperate,
and
I'll bring
like
it back to
other
me.
stuff. You know.
So here's what we're gonna have to do. We need either a persuasion check or a cooking check versus his persuader or cooking.
What's his persuaded?
I am going to make his persuader 3, and
I have a 2.
if any of you has cooking and you want to take a crack at trying to convince him with that angle of they'll bring you ingredients, you can use that either as helping dice or as like the roll. So
I'm
who
gonna lie.
who wants to make this? Because it sounds like this is sort of like Ellie's idea and Old Blue's idea.
Blue doesn't have either one of those skills. But
I
if somebody
have
does this, he
two.
can help Haggler. Or Orator. He has both of those.
I do have cook.
How much?
I have it at 2.
You can help.
I'm learning.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna lie, Etta is not a big fan of this idea. She's listened to Quincy talk, and then she's listening to Mikkel. We've got shiny things. She's not too hot on this quest thingy already. Just
Old Blue just wants food for himself.
Yeah, it's for the crows. So here's what I want. Ellie is going to roll Persuader, correct?
Yeah.
You
I have
help,
help from
Pepperjack with
yeah.
Cook. Old Blue is helping with Haggler.
Okay, so how many dice?
That's 2 so far. How is your sister helping, if at all?
Please help. Come on, sis. Think about all the things that that we're doing. We're gonna make the town feel so much better.
not quite sure about that, but okay. I'll do 2 for Persuader.
Okay. So
How many? am I
you are rolling. What's your Persuader? 3?
2.
2. So you're rolling 5 dice versus Mikhail's 3 dice. And
So it's a 5
do you wanna-
D6.
yes, do you want to use any traits to help you?
Don't.
Do you have any
I have
wises?
rational.
Rational, you could use that to help you.
Okay.
Okay, you're
So
gonna
I
do
can
that?
roll 6. Yeah.
Yeah, so now you're rolling 6. Here we go. Kyle, my NPCs today. Tapper's Point, they're busto.
Yes!
Oh, God!
Oh!
Yes, Ellie!
5
Holy
successes. Goodness
All right.
gracious. Lovely work.
I am good at talking, apparently.
Oh my God. So here's what's gonna happen. This is just lovely. I need new music.
Wow.
All right. So lovely work.
Music.
What happens is, go ahead and tell me what you guys say to him. He sort of says, I mean, you guys are making a lot of sense, but this is my food here. I don't just make junk food, I make art.
Mikhail, listen to me. I promise that if we do this and we get these crows on our side and they bring you nice stuff and you make a lot of good food, I guarantee you that both I and Pepperjack will probably come and eat it and taste it for you and see if it's good. And then you can start serving it to everybody in Tapper's Point, and then we'll get you a business like you've never believed.
All right. Everybody else, how do you want to chime in?
Pepperjack's gonna say, listen, you know how much I'm a fan of how good of a cook you are. I want to learn from you. At some point, as soon as I don't get sent on some of these missions. But, you said it yourself. It's like you don't cook just normal food. You cook masterpieces, right? So what if you can make a masterpiece out of something so basic that even a crow will love it?
Oh my goodness.
Think of it as a personal challenge.
That's beautiful. Abby and Blue.
Blue's gonna just kind of chime in with a simple thing of like, you don't even need to make a special meal just for these crows. You can make a meal for me, and then just the scraps we make into something for these crows.
How about Ida?
This means a lot to my sister, and I know that not a lot of.
So I love my sister.
I love my sister. She has some harebrained scheme right now. I will also. I'm gonna try to convince more of the, I guess, non-guard mice. More of the, is it Tapper's Point mice that aren't coming to the community things? Let me see if I can try to talk to them a little bit. It just seems a waste to have all of this delicious food go to waste, and
Yeah.
it might be something to consider.
He is suddenly inspired, and you see it play across his face as he starts nodding. He's like, "Yeah, all right, let's make some bird food." And you see him start to get to work on this, and Blaze is sitting back down, sort of like gnawing on the grasshopper leg like a corn cob. And he's just like, "This is great. You guys are. This is like a dinner play.
Yeah.
Can we do like a? Can we do one of those murder dinners, like where we gotta figure out who killed the man,
Oh,
Ellie's eyes go wide.
or the
and she's
mayor?
like,
Who killed the mayor? Yeah."
I don't think you should be bringing the mayor into this.
Oh no, that's fantastic. I've got a couple of scripts actually that I've read before.
This
We
is
can
how we
pick
get
peop-
people sitting down.
Yes!
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And now she's all over like
Oh,
Yeah,
we gotta like
please
make a
do this.
potluck.
Spread the word.
You ever made a potluck before? Either you gotta
a power.
a potluck. You
Please.
gotta get some cool stuff to give away.
Please, you gotta
Oh,
go
I
tell
haven't
everybody
heard.
so they come.
Oh, we will,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh my gosh! And he gets up and he leaves his grasshopper leg. He's like, "You're right. I gotta get this thing going on." And he leaves
With
his
that,
halberd
Blue's
and
gonna
he just
swoop in.
leaves.
I love him so much.
I'll
You have no idea.
only slide the plate over to Axel. Over to old Blue there. Like,
Blue immediately just sweeps in like food.
Oh no.
Do not waste.
Oh my god.
we don't waste here at Tapper's
I'm
Point.
so glad.
All right, so
I love
eventually, Mikhail is going to give you a supply of crow food.
Who does he give it to?
He gives it to whoever who will take it.
Elliot will take it.
And at this point, it's now or never. What do you guys do?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Try to convince some birds.
All right, here's what you need to do for me. All of you need to climb up the pine tree.
Oh boy.
This means you have to give me a nature check because nature has a mousy thing called climbing attached to it.
I have 4 out of 4. What does that mean?
That means you roll 4 dice. I need
Okay.
How many dice do I think I need from you? Let me check. I think it's just going to be like maybe 3 successes to climb this tree without
So roll for-
having.
40 sticks.
Is it one person rolling for like?
Nope,
everybody?
it is all of you.
We all gotta do it.
You all gotta do it. 3 successes. That's good for Miss Ellie.
Yay! I'm agile. I know
Yeah,
how
if
trees
you want to
work.
use any traits for this, go right ahead.
Oh, I do.
I'm fearless.
Ooh.
So
I
that's
too
a
am
4
fearless.
success.
Let's do this.
Well, you see, old Blue's climate muscles aren't what they used to be, you see. So that old fur is going to come in again.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Would Pathfinder help to try to find a safe path like up the tree? in terms
Ooh,
of
everybody's getting
climbing?
3s.
I think.
How did I do that?
Oh, Blue.
All the 3s.
You got all successes. Well done. Old fur coming through.
Nah.
All right. Unfortunately, Abby, I don't think it would help yourself. You could
Okay.
help Pepperjack if you like with your Pathfinder.
Okay, yeah.
I
Can I
have
her?
Carpenter that I could use to help. Somebody.
I think. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll help Edda.
All right. He's gonna help you with Carpenter. Go ahead and give me
Yeah.
one more dice roll.
I like this music.
Thank you. This is a fun one that I just made up. Okay,
Oh,
so
Yay.
That's a 5.
here's so you have 2 successes. Do you want to use any persona points? What's your wisest, by the way?
My wisest is Starwise.
Star-wise? The sun is a star.
The sun is a star. I could
Yeah.
look at the sun and be like, it is giving me light to
No.
brighten my way.
Yeah, you can
No.
totally see the next branch.
I could
Well,
totally
he's a
see
coil
it.
of
Hey.
No.
Or since we already rolled, we can't help her, right?
Yeah, it's true. I think. Well, how would you help her? Tell me how exactly.
Old Blue
I
has a
would-
coil of rope.
Oh,
Yeah,
Do
and
that,
I would
do that.
I would try and be like, like by her side, trying to like guide her up the tree. I could use my survivalist for that, or my. Hold on.
I'm just imagining
Oh,
Ellie
you
like trying
use-
to push my little mouse butt up
Oh,
the
I could
tree.
use.
Like,
Could I use? Oh wait, we determined we can't use Pathfinder, right?
She's using. No, you can use Pathfinder.
Oh, I can use that to help her.
I think we can use Pathfinder for finding your path up trees.
Yeah, I can help her with that.
Okay,
That's
so
brilliant.
you're getting +2 helping dice.
Okay.
Pepperjack, you were getting those as well.
Yes, awesome.
All right, Abby, roll 2 more dice. You did it.
Yay!
Oh,
Just got enough.
Alright, here goes Pepperjack.
come on, you got this.
Does he?
Wait, can I help you somehow?
oh. Yeah, can we help him?
You guys have already
We
helped
already
him.
did, I
You
think.
helped him as much
No.
as you can. Pepperjack, you have
Oh.
1/6. Do you want to spend a
I
fate
will
point?
use. Yeah, I will use a fate point for sure.
Oh God.
Here we go.
Okay.
Oh. Bated breath.
Yeah.
Got it. He got it. All of you
Yes.
make it up without as actually I don't think any of you were there when old Bernard fell from the
Oh, I
scaffolding.
forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
all
yeah.
of you.
Oh my God.
Now, Old Blue is the only one who just heard this in passing, but all of you have seen old Bernard hobbling around on a cane,
Oh.
and his back has just not been the same since he fell that day.
poor thing.
And you sort of clamber your way up. You guys also start hearing the telltale caws and other noises of these 2 crows that are sort of in the high reaches of this pine tree. And they're sort of hopping around, and eventually they sort of start noticing that there are mice climbing up, and they sort of like look down at you guys, hopping to and fro on this single wide branch, and they're sort of just sort of like mumbling to each other in their bird talk, like. And as you
Remember, guys,
approach, they one of them turns towards you guys and loudly just goes, "Ah!" in your face, and hops a little bit away. What do you do?
Stand my ground.
Old Blue will lead the group, kind of defiantly standing fearless with his halberd. in the way.
Ellie is going to reach into. She like carries a little knapsack around. She's gonna reach in and she's gonna pull out not all of the bird food, but like a little bit of it.
Careful.
And she's gonna hold it out like this.
Careful.
Probably better just putting it down.
All right.
And
Let him
well,
come
I
over.
mean, I wasn't done. She's gonna hold it, and then like, is there a branch nearby?
You guys are currently on a big branch, but there are several offshoots.
So she's gonna drop it on like the branch they're on, and then can she move away like onto one of the offshoots?
I'd say yes, and almost immediately, the one behind, the one that cawed at you guys, sort of like hops over and like flaps a bit to get over to that branch, and just starts like nipping at the food, just immediately
Oh, no.
scarfing it down. And the other one starts like ignores you guys for a second and hops over, almost like pushing you guys back as it tries to like greedily like
Oh, like fight over it.
yeah. So like their beaks sort of like peck against
Yeah,
each
so
other.
like she
trying to get at the
whispers to guys, they like the food.
Yeah.
I'm sure
that's a
Old
good
Blue's just standing
sign.
way too close this whole time still.
Yes, you are, but they seem to be ignoring you until all the food is gone.
Can we
And
back
then
up?
You guys, if you like to, you can.
I want to back up.
Okay. They go back to their positions, and
Edda,
again,
do you know what they're saying?
Do I know what they're saying? I don't think I know what they're saying.
you would have to roll to communicate with these feathered creatures. Luckily,
How-
Lormouse is obstacle 2 for communicating with feathered creatures.
Cool beans. Okay, so I got 3. Anybody want to help me out?
I can help you with survival.
I don't know about that. This is to communicate.
Hmm.
How would you? What would we? Oh God. What?
I have Hunter.
Infectious. I have Archivist. I don't think that'll help.
Maybe.
Um,
How would you use Archivist? What sort of
I don't
information do you
know.
think
That's the
you
thing.
could glean from your
Come
library?
on, you got this.
Hunter
Your sister's
would
a
help.
librarian. You know this.
Yeah, I figure like Hunter with
Oh, wait, do you
like
have-
the way she approaches him with body language.
MTMJ Moondog.
Yeah.
Thank you for following, friend. Hope you enjoy the mice.
Okay, so
Yay.
I don't think Insectress would help either. Oh my God.
okay,
I don't even think Scientist would help.
Scientists would help, I think.
Would?
I think, yeah, because I think.
Oh, I could study the body language and like figure out like what they're doing.
True.
And like, you know, kind of base it off of that. So that could be Scientist.
Yeah, it does say here that you can help with Hunter and Scientist, like explicit.
Boom, done.
Awesome.
5,
Alright.
6.
Old Blue, are you gonna help?
I do not have anything that I think can be of any help here.
What's
Old
your
Blue's just
weapon,
fighting
by the
around.
way?
It's a halberd.
Okay, I figure you're standing on standby.
Yep, he's ready to fight anytime.
And at this point, Abby, go ahead and. Do you want to use a trait against yourself, by the way? You seem to have a lot of dice for an obstacle, too.
I
Yeah.
do. Let's see. Trade against myself is just will give me a fail on that one trait.
No,
Or-
it won't give you a fail. It'll just take away 1 dice.
Okay.
So yeah, all you would have to do is say, well, my character is so much of this that.
So skeptical.
Oh.
Perfect.
She's
Good
so
one.
skeptical that she doesn't even believe that there's no way this could work. Like, what were they thinking? Asking me to talk to these fucking crows.
Well, not only that, like crows are like the motherfuckers of the animal kingdom.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They will.
that's so
Mess with
mean of me
you.
to say. Oh, I'm
No,
so...
it is true. It is true. You have no idea. Those
Sorry if
guys
there's any
are
crows watching, but
Yeah, right?
Anyways,
You know, like.
Don't mean to offend
No,
any
but
crows.
let's be
I'm
honest,
sorry
let's be
to
honest.
any crows
The
out there. Forgive
Bofos
me.
are ridiculous.
I'm just
While
in.
we're on the subject.
I'm just in the narrative right now.
okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Okay, we
break
got
her
this.
perceptions and preconceptions right now. We're Ada is gonna go through a character arc.
Oh, I got this.
There you go.
Nice.
Yay!
All right, so you're immediately going to be able to start talking to these crows and understand what they're saying. I think Old Blue. Do you want to try to? Do you want to try to be a part of this conversation as well? Ooh, you're muted. I'm afraid.
I'm not sure exactly how Blue to use that, but when do I use my stowed up checks?
Oh, those are after the Game Master's turn. Currently, we are
Okay.
in the Game Master's turn. I
I
have
just wanted to make sure.
like 2 more
Do we
conditions
Velociraptors?
until we get there. We'll see.
Right.
But what do you say to them after they devour your food?
Do I say?
Yeah. What do you say?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were still talking to Axel.
Oh. Well, now I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay then. Can I hear what they're saying? Or are they saying anything at this point?
So I guess you'd be able to understand that they're sort of talking to each other. The first one that screeched at you basically yelled in your face, "Go away!"
Forget this one.
And
Yeah.
his brother is sort of like making like lower noises to the extent of. "Hmm.
Oh, okay.
I like their cloaks. They look quite fancy." And his compatriot is sort of like, "No, they're ugly. Look at those colors. They're nasty." And immediately, when they got on the food, they were just arguing at each other, saying things like, "Hey, you're eating too much. You gotta share." And the other guy, the other crow, was basically, "No, it's I got here first. Dibs." And
Oh my god.
after they're sort of sitting back, the one behind starts saying, "I don't think that they're
There we go.
no, they're they're just here to make sure we don't cause any trouble. And his compatriot says, "No! They're here to fight!" Ah!
Oh, son
Ben,
of
literally, when I hear that, you're going to hear an odd bird-like, crow-like screech coming out of his mouth. Like,
a...
what?
I look at my sister and I'm like, what the? It's like, I didn't know you could talk to crows.
She just did.
What does this noise say?
I don't.
I was like, what did you say?
Immediately, they both, their heads just sort of like, I'm gonna say Old Blue will be able to understand this conversation. And, they sort of like look at each other, and then they keep their beady eyes on you, and the one behind sort of leans forwards and goes, "Hello there."
Hello there yourself.
Ignore my friend here. He's ornery.
Some people are. I've got a sister who's the same way.
And the ornery crow just turns around and screams in his face. It's not even a word. It's just a scream, like a as he starts flapping his wings at this other crow. And then he sort of turns back to you and says, "What do you want? We're busy here. We're roosting." And the one behind says, We're building a nest."
Oh, you're building a nest? That's very interesting.
It is!
Yes!
I can't.
And
In general,
I'm sorry. I can't.
seeing that everything's kind of calmed down a bit, Blue's kind of lower his weapon down to the, just so that it's touching the wood, so it's still ready, but down low.
yeah, you kind of get the sense that if these crows wanted to, they could just knock you guys off the tree.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And they sort of just look at you and say, "Well, what else are you here for? Leave us alone."
I was actually wondering, because you birds are so fast and you love dares, so I don't know, you probably don't go far out in the territories, do you?
No! The territories are horrible. It's so boring. And the other one says, "Yeah, it's pretty boring. There's no wolves to play with. Not only that, like, I mean, we could like push you guys around, but I don't really feel like it. You have lots of cool stuff on you. I mean, what do you want to do with it? Huh?
Wow. We use these cloaks so people know who we are in terms of rank. What I was wondering is...
You were wondering?
Pepperjack comes up behind her and like
I'm
puts his hand on her. Like, you got this. You got this.
At this point, Ellie has
Just
her
smiles like
hand-
nervously.
No, at this point, Ellie has her hand inside her satchel. She has a grasp on the food, but she's not like actually bringing it out yet.
You have some things that might interest you in terms of food and shininess.
The one in front is like, well, I don't see it. Ah. And
With
the
They're
one,
hidden right now. We're not gonna just give it to you.
the one behind says, that sounds great. But I get the feeling that this is bribery.
You would not be wrong.
That's great. We love bribery. What do you want from us?
I was thinking that you could help us. Like in terms of transporting some things or going to get some food so we could feed you guys some yummy stuff and then keep ourselves fed. Because, I mean, we're just tiny mice. We can't go into the territories by ourselves.
The one in front says, that's right. You are tiny mice. You are weak, terribly easy to push around. This
This is great.
And the one behind says, "That is pretty great. I mean, what do you need to do? I mean, who's in charge here?"
For the moment, one, we are giving these things to you on a basis that you won't be pushing us around. I'm sure there will be many other creatures you can bully and push around all you want. But as you want us to stop feeding you yummy food, we can't feed you.
Well, before we do any of that, we need to live somewhere. We're trying to build a home. And the one neck behind, you still haven't gotten their names. He says, "That's right. We're trying to build a home,
So are we!
a love nest." And the one in front, "Yes, we would like help. It needs decorum."
Yes, home needs.
As he looks towards some of the items that you are hiding, and some of the items that you're not hiding, that you're just wearing.
Blue's gonna reach into his bag and kind of pull it up under his cloak and polish it real quick, that mirror, and be like, "A home needs a centerpiece."
Immediately,
And set the mirror out in front of him.
I kind of look over at Ellie with like a nervous smile and go, "What is happening?
I don't know, but I don't like it a one
They
bit.
just keep squawking."
Yeah, and sis, what am I supposed to do with this food?
Allie, just hold on to it for a second.
They're squawking. Just hold on to it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And they sort of like hop a little further down, and you notice that the nest that they're sort of building is like, it's very ramshackle. It's like hardly a
Yeah.
nest. But they sort of like do find a safe place to put it, and they sort of like poke and peck at the spot they want it in, which is literally on the floor of the nest.
Okay.
Well,
I
when Blue
turned
pulls
to
out
yeah.
this mirror, he's gonna make sure to do it at just the right moment when the clouds break a bit and the sun shines on it nice.
Oh my God.
Because he's a weather
gosh.
watcher.
That's it. That you are a weather watcher.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Now this is even better because the beams of sunlight that come down on Tapper's Point at the right moment make it just like a beautiful heavenly spot. And it's a romantic getaway as the two birds just like peer down into the mirror as the sun hits it, and they're like, "Oh, it's so dazzling!" As the one above this one goes, "It is. I'm beautiful." and then they say, "You need something else." What?
Well, for one, that looks lovely in your love nest, but we do have other shiny things, and we also have food that we could feed to you regularly in case you have tiny ones who need to be fed, which happens.
They look at you and say, "We don't want children. That's disgusting.
Okay then, I'm sorry, I don't know you. I don't know your life.
Keep your mouse
don't know
paws
him.
out of our lives up here."
My apologies. So, what?
And the one behind him says,
Broke me a bit.
the one that behind him says, "We haven't decided. I'm trying to convince him. Please, don't make him mad." Ah! There's some geese down by this pond. And the one below says, "We're not going to bother the geese. I don't want a goose child."
What
Kind of
did
walk
you
up
just
behind.
Geese are terrible. I hate geese.
He says, "Yes, they are. They're awful. They're as ornery as me."
You play with them all day long if you live here.
Blue feels a connection with this bird on a very deep They're kindred spirits.
And then the bird that has sort of been behind him this entire time says, "I feel like we've shared too much. We should probably introduce ourselves.
Oh God.
God, give me a moment.
Yeah, right?
And she
I'm
says-
Great.
Anna, and this is Pepperjack, and all blue, and Ellie, my sister.
Oh my God. And he
Are,
says-
okay, are you staring to each of us as you say that?
I do point to each of you, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and so I like wave like, ha
Just waving nervously.
Yeah, yeah, we're like both waving nervous.
I'm like smiling and telling her what is happening.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, but keep it up.
Okay.
And then they sort of like posture, and both of them like spread their wings out wide, and they sort of like make this like dazzling like stance as they look over each other's shoulders down at you. And they say, the one who is the ornery one says, "I am Hugin," and his partner behind him says, "And I am Bunin."
Wait, I thought it was gonna be Hugh and Hugh for a second. I am Hugh.
He says,
I am
"We just
Hugh."
got these names to commemorate our love."
Oh my God.
And they say, and also to break ties with the old murder we used to hang out with. They're awful.
Oh, how are they awful?
Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Why is he turning into Owen Wilson? What the fuck?
I was literally just about to say.
Wow.
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 And Hugin says, "This is great.
That's all I could think
This is
about.
lovely. But
Oh, and Wilson.
we feel like this is only to make us compliant for the meantime. Are you actually sure that you can keep this sort of thing up?"
Well, you said you need a new home, right? You're trying to build a better home. You need a home worthy of this object now. We can help you find more materials to build it with.
And in return for what? Making you fly on our backs.
Of course, if we all
At
scout
this-
together, we can find things that all of us need.
So as these two are conversing, Ellie's gonna kind of like, lean over to Ed a little bit, and she goes, "What are they saying? Can we do anything to help get their attention?"
Pepperjack comes up on her other shoulder.
Yeah.
It would be great if we found out what they're saying.
Right now, they're talking about building a more sturdy love nest.
I can do that.
I was gonna say, I look over at.
I'm a carpenter.
Yeah, I look over
I
at
don't know if that's what
Pepperjack.
they want yet.
We'll find out.
Try to sell them on that.
Okay.
And I just go back and keep smiling.
Yeah, I do the same thing. Oh my God, my cheeks hurt.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm lightheaded, but it's okay.
Yeah, you heard this. You kind of pick up on that.
I have a headache, but it's okay because it's worth it.
Okay.
Our constructions create this material as a byproduct called sawdust. And I've heard from other animals that it makes great houses. Keeps you warm in the winters.
That sounds pretty great. Wow. You know, Hunan, you could really use that. It would piss off that fucking blue jay that tore the place up. And Hunan says, "I know! But maybe we should... I don't know, that blue jay kind of like... He made all of that mess! And we just kind of stole it." And Munin sort of grumbles, "Alright, that sounds great, but listen, we need a favor before we start all this, okay?
What
And-
kind of favor?
We want you to kill someone."
Is it the blue jay?
No, we don't kill him because we like making fun of him. He's
Okay.
trust me,
Makes
he's
sense.
total.
Seems good.
Yeah. But listen, there's this snake. And they both like start like cawing, just like absolute rage into the air, like indirectly.
And yet,
And it's a kind of a terrifying display to those of you who are not proficient in crow talk. And he says, "The snake! It's a real jerk! He wouldn't... He was... we just want to... Just bring us his rattler." And Hugin says, "Yeah! Bring us his rattler!"
Yeah, well, he doesn't really have a rattler. It's more like somebody tied bells on his tail, and that's why we've picked fun at him. We want those bells!
We will do what we can then, my friends. And, you know, Blue will kind of polish up his halberd real quick and be like, so it
I'm
shines a little more space. Yeah.
No, I'm not sure about this. As you said, as I said, we are tiny mice. Very weak. We die easily, and then where would all of your shiny things be? And your strong house?
So we're getting to the point where we need to make a persuasion check. So here's what's going to happen. They want you to go get them more stuff. Particularly stuff that comes from a snake they fucking despise. And they, who's the enemy of Odin? No, like, specifically, what's an Odin name? The snake's name is Siegfried. Want to kick his ass?
Please tell me that was from Noodle.
Who followed this? Crit Dice, why are you entertained by
Crit
this?
Dice!
Thank you, Crit Dice.
Hi, Crit!
Let there
Crit
be
is a
mice
friend
up
of mine.
and then- But hey, thank
Hi,
you.
Slade!
We love you.
I love Slade.
We
Thank
love-
you so much, Slade.
They say, I want you to kill this snake named Siegfried. He's a real, wow, he's a
Let
real.
there be
And that's what they want out of you. You, I get it, want to convince them like, hey, we're giving you stuff right here. You should work for us, and maybe we can do the snake thing later. Okay?
Yes.
So it's gonna be a versus test against their
Okay.
nature.
Okay.
Now you would know their nature is 7,
Okay.
Ooh.
but I am giving you 3 helping dice from
Okay.
the food, the telescope, and the mirror. How are you guys helping?
I have nature.
So do I.
Nature cannot help.
Okay, what about Persuader?
Persuader, you cannot speak Crow.
Okay. What about?
Well, she kind of told me that they needed a nest. I'm a carpenter.
I
Yeah,
think
see-
Carpenter is gonna help. That's
what about
I can help them build the
would
nest.
scientists work in this instance?
Yes, I think scientists would
Okay.
help.
Okay.
You'd be able to maybe offer to color their feathers or something like that. Something cool.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
I their feathers.
Old Blue. Do you want to
This
help?
Orator. He wants to use Orator to try and help. He's going to make a vow to them to help them defeat this
Ooh,
snake.
good.
Gosh, I would also accept fighter for that. I think that's like a mix.
Oh, I have
fighter,
fighter.
Orator, yeah.
Fighter and Orator, he has both.
I have fighter too.
So you are getting help from all 3 of your mice. So you have +6 right now. How many dice do you have?
Oh, so I've got +6 plus
Oh no, you muted.
the 2 persuader. So 6, 7, 8 right now.
Do you want to use a trait?
That's what I was thinking. 8.
Do you want to use any persona points as well? Now, a persona point by itself can give you +1. You could also use it to tap your nature and add your nature to this, but that's up to you. Nature is not easy to get back.
Yeah, but I've got 5 nature.
Yeah, so you could add your nature to this if you like.
And that's gonna cost just 1 persona point?
Yes, your nature goes down by 1, by the way, so it's going to be at 4 after this.
Ooh, yeah, no.
Oh, but that's if you want to.
Could just
Okay.
add another dice if you wanna. If you have the persona
Yeah.
points.
Yeah, I was about to say, I could do that. I've got quick wit also. Would that help with persuasion?
Yeah. Actually,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I love that.
Because they're
Wait,
super
what?
they're super witty, I think, coming up with fast. So let's see, we got 8, 9.
Fucking crows.
Slade hates me.
Oh my god.
So I believe that's I want to say 10 altogether.
All right. He gets a helping dice from his buddy. So it's 8 dice
Okay.
versus your dice. Are we all ready?
Uh,
Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Do it! Dang it! Dang it!
Oh! What? What?
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
All
come
right.
at me,
yeah,
Chris.
yeah.
All right. Mark that pass because you earned it.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for helping out.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Okay. So, you translate for your other two members. They look towards Old Blue with sort of like a nodding respect, which is kind of weird coming from crows because they're exorbitant liars. You see Munin goes,
That's a good deal. I think we can make this work. Oh man, I kind of think mice are cute.
and Hunan goes,
That's blasphemous. Mice are just they're useful. Let's
and
As I puff up my cheeks and kind of smile at them, like,
oh, and then they sort of nod and say,
well, that's great. We'll hang out here. We'll come down and visit. Who's that guy that keeps yelling at us at the gate? I don't think he knows how to talk to us.
that might be Blaze.
Blaze?
Oh my god, I love Blaze.
He's loud, but he means well. Don't mess with him either. He's... If you know what I mean.
Alright. Okay. Well,
Kids
listen,
these days
listen.
don't even know how to speak
As-
to birds anymore.
As far as we're concerned, we're working for you two. Unless any of your other folks talk to us, they have to come through you, okay?
Okay, I got you. I will
All
let
right.
everybody know. Hopefully we can keep it like that.
And
We've
hey,
had some
like,
power
you
struggles.
guys can just come up here anytime you want. We're gonna throw rad parties. We're gonna see if we can get this Robin that we know. He's just, oh my gosh. Oh, we should invite Venice. Yeah, Venice.
Venice?
Yeah, Venice. You
I don't-
don't know Venice yet?
No.
Oh my gosh, she's this heron. You're gonna love her. She'll
And you notice that Hugin sort of barks up and says,
We can't invite Venice. She can't fit in the tree. She's gonna eat the mice too.
and Munin
You've
goes,
begun to
Munin
You've
goes,
begun
"Oh,
to
no, we
community dinners.
Nah, she's cool. She's cool. You're gonna love her. Wow.
and
Can I?
Party like it's what year is it?
1995.
it's 11:53.
Okay, so can I just say that if Slade brings up a good point, if one of the crows isn't Russell Crowe, we have an issue.
I mean, there will be another Russell Crowe bird, I'm sure, but these
And I
two
told him
are
You were
like,
not entertained.
Yeah, and I told him I was
Not
like, well,
entertained.
and I told him I was like, well, one sounds like Owen Wilson.
Yeah, one is Owen Wilson.
accidentally Owen Wilson. I had no. Oh.
Wow.
Wow. Are you not entertained?
You guys have such cool clothes.
It's so good.
Should
That
we
was
add
really
the,
good,
crows to our
actually.
contacts?
Oh my god.
Right.
So listen, Game Master's turn is done.
Woo!
Awesome.
You guys
Before
have
we get-
each of you has one player check and 2 extra. What do you want to do?
Before we
I
do
don't
that, do we
know.
add the crows as contacts?
Yes, you have.
Oh
these
my
crows
God.
as contacts.
Yes.
I will type their
Yes.
names
Cool.
into
Please
the chat
do.
for you.
There's no
I
one
need
will remember that.
They are. Oh my god.
It was Hugin and Boogrin.
Can we just name them Owen and Russell, please?
Owen, Owen and
Hugin
Wilson?
you.
Oh.
No, it's Owen. It's Owen, and then it's Russell Crowe.
You can give them nicknames, sure.
Okay,
But
Hugin
those are
is
their
going
names.
to be Owen.
And
Hugin.
I can't spell Owen to save my life.
yeah, go ahead and talk about what you guys want to do. Look at your beliefs, look at your instincts, look at your goals,
I
and
don't
figure out
know.
what you need to do.
I feel like so far I have fucking
Phew.
crashed my goal.
Yeah,
Do you
Yeah,
think
you
you
did.
want to recover from some conditions? Maybe you also have those as well.
I don't have any, so I'm good.
Do I still have those from last time?
Oh yeah, they don't go away until
They don't go
you
away. They carry
fix
over.
them.
I think I still have Hungry Thirsty.
Oh, I know blue ones.
Pepperjack is angry. He's got to try to shake this off.
Aw,
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm completely fine.
dang. So
Well,
to
I
shake
got
off
more
hungry and
last
thirsty. Whoa, what was that beautiful noise? Crit Dice Gaming donating $10. And he says
Yay!
you run an entertaining game, buddy. Please keep up
Slade,
the
thank
moves.
you so much.
I
It means
am-
so much to us.
I'm really heartbroken because I can't have you in the game. Like, I want to invite you in. Like,
You
join
should be
the
here for
freaking-
me.
join the
Discord, man.
Discord?
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays we play Mouse
Slade.
Guard. You deserve to meet
You
the
could
Owen
totally
Wilson
be
Crow
fun.
and the
Do
Russell
it.
Crow.
Do it.
I mean, I'd be happy to have you. And honestly, thank you for that
I'm always there.
donation. You literally are making
Crow and
us
Wilson?
push forward.
Slade, you'll see me living in there. It's okay.
Literally, if you don't want to
Yeah.
play, just like come on the Discord and chat with us, because we're kind
Oh,
of
heck
fun.
yeah.
I mean,
dude,
yeah,
we're-
the Discord is.
We're always around, bud.
but,
I live in there.
Listen, let's go ahead and get this player's turn started because we have an angry mouse on our hands.
Yeah.
An ornery mouse.
Yeah.
So you can do this in a few ways. I think it takes an obstacle 3 will check to break free of your anger.
Okay.
But let me double check that. But go ahead and look at your will.
Yes, it's
4. I don't know if there's any helping dice that can be given to you, so let me double check this. Your will is 4 though. It's an obstacle 2 will test, so
okay.
go ahead and tell me. Well, after let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Right. I do have the tough trait, so
Do you want to?
would I be able to add?
Yeah, you could use a trait to help you.
Yes, I would like to.
Tough pepper jack.
He just reaches down for some big resolve. He's like, "Come on, you gotta shake this off. We gotta do good by this town."
You're rolling 5 dice, buddy. Hey, you did it! Just barely.
Nice.
So tell me what Pepper Jack
Yes.
does in a tough manner to shake
Yes.
off the frustration these last few days. Tapper's Point has just been one frustration after another for you, I feel like.
Yeah. So basically, Pepper Jack's he's like, you know what? He's just gonna like walk off real quick to the side and just start psyching himself up. He's like, all right, come on, Pepper Jack, you've been through tougher. You've been through tougher. You can get through this. We can turn this around for everybody. All right. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. And he's kind of like tightens his leather armor a little bit, like, and his cloak. He readjusts it, brushes off a little bit of the dust. He's like, all right. And then marches right on back.
Got it. Just a little pep talk. Alright, so that's
Yeah.
one check down. Who else wants to do a thing?
I don't know what to do.
Abby, what about you? Do you have any conditions or anything special you
I-
want to do?
I am hungry and thirsty.
Would we have picked up some food from Mikhail?
Actually, yeah. I think because of Mikhail's mood towards you, he's gonna feed you for free. So
Okay, cool.
once you get back to his place, not only that, there's apparently a mystery dinner
Yes.
going on. So you can go ahead
Yeah.
and just recover hungry and thirsty. Mikhail is a good friend of yours. Actually,
Cool beans.
how about
That for
all
me
of
too?
you add Mikhail as a
I was gonna
friend?
say, can we add him as a contact?
Yeah,
Can
put
we
him in
also add
your
Blaze?
contacts. Blaze?
Yeah.
Sure. Who doesn't want Blaze in their contacts?
Always.
Okay.
I would love-
So besides that, I'm probably gonna get yelled at this.
Really? What are you gonna do?
Oh god, what are you
No,
gonna
I'm not
do?
gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this. This is just
What-
me
What-
being
what were you
wishful
gonna
and
do?
metagaming. I was going to invite the crows to community dinner.
No.
Oh my gosh!
Wouldn't they eat
So
all
that way they could invite the heron?
Oh my
horrible.
god!
The mice would not like us at
Here's
all.
what I want you to
they
do.
wouldn't.
You could do this if you really want to. I would make you do.
No.
You would have to do either a circles
That
check.
could bring up morale.
You now here's what you have to do. I
Ugh.
might need you to make either a circles check or a persuasion check against the
She's
right
the
people.
crow whisperer.
Because
I
at
don't
least
like
then
it.
we know for sure that they're on our side and they won't just like fuck us
Yeah.
over later.
I don't like it.
I think-
I'll
I think-
play that. What?
Are you? So it's up to you. These are your checks to do. With
You were
as
about to
want.
say something. You were about to say something.
I'm just trying to brainstorm. Okay, well, how would I make her roll against that?
Yeah. I'm gonna plate that for now. We'll see. I'll probably come up and visit them later.
Old Blue, how about yourself?
So do I get rid of the hungry and thirsty as well?
Yeah, you're a. I'd say you just met Mikhail once, but he's very impressed after just that initial meeting with you. So go ahead and mark off your hungry and thirsty for being a good buddy of Makai.
Yeah, since I pocketed that food anyway.
Nice.
Still Blaze's poor food. And of course, I added Blaze to my contacts because for the same reasons the birds like the other bird, they have to make fun of somebody.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Old Blue's gonna torment that poor kid. He's an old man. He's got to torment somebody.
I mean, and he's just the right age for it.
He's gonna mold him into a fine guard mouse.
Hey, who's to say he's not going to be a patrol guard someday?
That's true. Blaze the patrol guard. Has a good ring to it.
But we have 2, 4, 5 checks. We need to burn these things. You
Okay,
can.
Oh my god, I don't know.
What you can do. Go ahead.
I'm thinking maybe I could. Are we going back to the village, or are we still with the crow?
You guys can go to Tapper's Point. By the way, you can use these checks to sort of like learn new skills or practice new skills to help level it up. So if you really want to level up some of these skills, you can just burn checks to train and stuff like that.
I might actually want to train. I want to train healer.
Healer. There is a healer in town. There is also that scientist buddy. If you want to go hang out with Urianos.
Yeah, but I already have a high scientist, and if I could use healer to help. I could use my scientific ways to create potions and stuff to heal people.
Okay, so in that case, there is a mouse. Let me actually double check.
Blue has some healer.
That's true.
No, doesn't he?
Oh my god.
What?
So, do you want someone's help, or do you want to just go to set up an infirmary center and just check to see?
No, I want someone's help. I don't know how to do this. Are
Okay.
you kidding me?
So, here's what's gonna happen. The only person that really is able to help you do healer stuff is going to be this old black fur named Sully Crooktail. And she has a long tail, and she's sort of hanging around, just sort of categorizing different herbs that she's using. She's sort of busy making little poultices in her own little
And
homestead.
This would be cool too for Ellie because she's fascinated with learning new stuff, especially with her scientist and logical side. So this would actually be really good for her.
So go ahead and roll. Just go ahead and roll your healer. And
How would I do that?
here's what we'll do. We'll
I don't have anything in healer.
Oh, you don't have healer?
No.
Oh, then you're learning it. In that case,
Yeah.
go ahead and put an X in healer, and just put roll
X.
roll half your will for me.
An X, okay.
Can Blue help her learn the basics? Because he knows some first aid and stuff.
Actually, I want you to help. So go ahead and give her a
I
helping dice.
I have healer.
Where's
Oh,
my will?
both of you are helping. So what's your will?
Yeah.
Ellie.
That's what I'm looking for. Where's that?
It's right above the skills.
Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. I have 3.
3. So you'll be rolling 2. And
Okay,
you're gonna
but
add
then I have 4.
4.
So the 2 help me.
You're getting helping dice from your from Pepperjack and Old Blue.
That's
This
4.
this woman named Crooktail is going not to help you. She's not going to help you.
course
She's
she's
just
not.
going to give you a task. She sort of looks at you and says, well, "At least you got me so willing to learn. Here, make this."
Can I use my trait of rational?
Did you use it already this session?
Oh, I think I did.
No.
If you did, then no. You can only use them to help
I only
yourself
have
once.
fearless and fiery.
You make a fiery potion.
Maybe I could be I could use it against myself, but then I would lose a dice.
Unfortunately, you can't use traits to hinder yourself for players' checks in the player's turn.
Okay.
Just go ahead and roll your 4 dice. I'm just going to give you an obstacle 2.
Okay.
Excellent. So mark a pass on your healer. Now,
And then what would I put 1 in that?
not yet. Just keep that X there. Tell me, what is your nature?
It's 4.
You need to test healer 4 more times before you can get it at level 2. They don't have to be passes or it doesn't matter if they're passes or fails. You just need to get a total of your nature when you're learning a new skill. Okay.
Okay.
So we have 3 more checks. What else do you guys want to do?
Blue. He wants to get back into his old ways that he used to and start watching the weather. And he wants to set up like a little bit of a tower or something to try and put up a weather vane to walk to.
All right.
'Cause
So
that's his hobby. Basically.
I
just
really like
constantly
this.
Staring up at the sky.
You are going to be rolling against Spring. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Weather Watcher is literally one of the most powerful skills in all of fucking Mouse Guard. You are a god. So here's
I
what's gonna
have
happen.
Weather Watcher too.
Oh, do you want to help?
Yeah, same. I have Weather Watcher as well. I can
Oh
help.
no, I don't. I lied.
Oh, that's okay.
I have it.
Do you want to help him?
Yes.
I
Okay.
do have nature though.
Unfortunately, nature won't help.
I'm also going to be using my weather sense.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. So
I have. Oh. Okay. I don't
Spring
have
has
Scout.
Scout. I don't. Unfortunately, I
What
don't
about
think-
Archivist?
Archivist? Let's find out. Let me look at Weather Watcher in book
Okay.
and see if Archivist can help.
What's and Scout probably wouldn't either.
Unfortunately, not. You can't
Okay.
scout the clouds. Scientist would help though.
Okay, I'm on it.
All right. Does Ida have anything to help with?
I'm looking right now. Probably survivalist.
Fortune. Oh yeah, to
I was
like
about
sort
to
of
say.
to sort of help him jury rig this weather vane.
Exactly.
Okay. So you're getting 3 helping dice. You're also using that weather sense trait to help you. So that's +4 to what's your Weather Watcher?
4.
8 dice
Dang.
versus
Nice.
Spring.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, Spring is rough.
Hey.
Oh
Old
my
Blue
god, by
Rubber.
1.
Yes.
Okay.
By 1.
That old
Take that
mouse.
Spring.
That old mouse. Take that Spring.
Ooh.
Kick that Spring. So you're going to set up a weather vane. It's gonna help every other mouse who has Weather Watcher get a +1 basically. So here's what I want you to do. You have a magic decision ahead.
Magic?
Axel, what sort of weather do you want for next session? Now,
What?
I'm telling you, what sort of weather do you want for the players who are going to be playing Tuesday?
Ooh.
This is spring weather, and spring so far has been very wet. It has been relentlessly sprinkling, and it's been very misty. It's also been, unfortunately, rather cold because winter ended a little early. So this is your choice. There's a lot of different ways you can spin spring to your advantage. So
Well,
tell
I think
me.
then, if that's the case, and that's the way it's been, see, these old bones get pretty rickety when it gets rainy and cold, so we're gonna want a nice warm front to come in and bring some nice warm breeze, just overcast, sun coming through, partly cloudy, that kind of deal.
I'm so proud. So instead of being unseasonably cold and having some spring rain here and there, you would like it clear and warm, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what's gonna happen. As you are building this weather vane and constructing a little, making sure it's stable where it is in the pine tree, that is Tapper's Point, you are going to basically ensure that the weather is going to be beautiful. It is going to be the ideal spring. Tapper's Point has been desperately needing a little relief.
That's also gonna boost morale too.
It really is going to boost morale. So here's what you're going to do. Mark a pass on your Weather Watcher. And you just made next session a lot easier. Because I was going to make the weather worse.
That's awesome.
Alright. We got 2 more checks.
Alright, while you guys are doing that, I'm gonna run it.
Abby.
I am going to go try to convince the different mice to kind of like come to community dinners. I remember what Mikhail said, and I'm going to use order to convince them.
So, I'm gonna say this is gonna be an obstacle 4.
Ooh, I only got 1 on this. Or I don't have anything on this. No.
You don't have anything on Orator?
Help.
No, I was trying to boost it up.
Okay, so what's your skill level on it?
I don't have a skill level on it currently. Or can you still do that?
Yeah, you can still do that. You'll be learning Orator, so put an X in Orator.
Okay.
And here's what you're gonna do. Your will is 3, so we would use half of that rounded up. So you are starting with 2 dice with an obstacle 4.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Do you have any traits to burn, and do you want any help?
I
Old
don't
Blue
know what I
has
can
the
help
gift
her
of
with,
gab.
but
I do. Because you can use...
I could help her with Persuader? No.
I would say yeah, you could help with Persuader.
Alright, I got you, Bae.
Thank
Old
you.
Blue has Orator, so he can help because he has the gift of gab and telling old stories.
Yes!
Yes,
Alright,
I love it. I love it.
Pepperjack?
Pepperjack can use his carpentry to put up little signs everywhere, and like kind of like little like go to Mikhail's and just put up little signs with arrows on them,
Yes.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
and just put them up everywhere.
So 5, and then I'm also going to use a
And
persona
just
point.
write on the signs, greatest cook ever.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so you have how
6
many
total.
dice? 6 total. You need 4
With
successes.
and I used a persona point, so I got this. I got this.
You
got
got
this.
this.
No, that's not what I wanted. Sorry, I forgot that I copied the 2 crows' names, and I need
Yep.
the dice thingy.
Dirt dice.
Sorry, guys.
2K. This just we're just waiting with bated breath at this point.
I know, right? The suspense.
I know.
I don't know. I'm just digging the music. Okay. Nah.
Alright.
Exactly 2. Yeah, that's all good.
Let's see. I'm gonna make you angry
Okay. Makes sense.
because you are working so hard and your voice is hoarse. From action, yeah, your voice is hoarse at this point.
All the squawking.
So
Yeah.
all the squawking, just your throat is burning, and now you use the last ounce of your positivity to literally just yell at the Tapper's Point residents. What do you say?
I think now that I'm angry, it's gonna be more berating. Like, why haven't you been going to Mikhail's dinners? He's in the kitchen and he's sulking and he's sad and he does a lot of work. So basically, going around being like, "Shame on you."
I like this.
And Mark, we never come down with food.
Pepperjack's kind of like putting up the sign, looking over at her all weird, like.
Oh my
No,
God.
I don't think it's healthy.
I'm a big fan of this. So,
I think
there we
she's
go.
Channeling Old Blue.
you're going to encourage people to sort of get involved in the community once more and just sort of have this sense of belonging with each other. But man, it's so much effort. You did so much today, and your voice just, I can't. Let's sigh. I feel like Old Blue will soften the blow, be like, she had to deal with crows today. Just
It's okay.
it's okay. We have 1 check left. Who wants it?
If nobody else wants it, I do have another idea.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Go for it.
Because I'm gonna just continue down the same route that I've been going with this. Old Blue wants to start putting in some weather precautions, though, because the weather's been pretty bad up until lately. What's coming?
Ooh.
Cautions.
He wants to start building some lightning rods.
Whoa.
Basically protect some of the buildings, more important buildings, from lightning strikes. Because he knows how thunderstorms are being from the port.
That's true. So, actually, Noodle. Madam Noodle. She's listening to us, so I don't know if she knows. This is hard. Anyways, I'm trying to think. Is this the realm of Weather Watcher, or is it more like Scientist? I think I'll make it a Weather Watcher check. Okay, do you think he can use Weather Watcher to build lightning rods, or is that more than a Scientist role? Because I get the feeling like it's cool that you're like it sounds like ideal in a Weather Watcher sort of sense.
Yeah.
Especially with the thunderstorms that spring brings. Okay. Okay. So it sounds a little bit more like a scientist, as well as
That's
like
fair.
maybe
He's not big on the scientific.
maybe a
stuff.
carpentry check. But I feel like because you're the one spending the check, I'm gonna just let it slide. I'm gonna give it a little weird obstacle. I'm gonna give it like obstacle 4 because while I'm sure you know how lightning works, you are just kind of like haphazardly like, okay, well this obviously needs to be here in order for it to like do what I want it to do. So go ahead and roll your Weather Watcher with any help you can get from this.
I'm gonna use my thunderstorm wise, of course.
Good.
Good.
I would like to help him with
Carpentry?
yeah. I have Weather Watcher as well, but I could do carpentry.
I feel like that's kind of the actually. I think this is the only way I can really like make you guys do this while he uses Weather Watcher. If he can get Carpentry and Scientist as helping dice, I will let this happen.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Scientist.
Abby,
Wait.
do you want to help at all?
I'm trying to think of anything I can do to help in terms of
got my
skills
trusty
or
hammer.
treats.
What am I helping him with?
Scientist.
No, I know.
Archivist,
What is
maybe?
he learning?
A what?
Oh, he's making a lightning rod, sort of something to like deter the lightning storms and whatnot. What skills are sort of like academic, do you feel like, or science?
Science-y, got Archivist, the Lore Mouse, obviously, Haggler.
Maybe you can use Haggler to sort of like get the materials he needs.
I was actually thinking about that
Oh yeah.
Okay,
because
so
we do need materials. Let's do that.
go ahead and make a obstacle 4 Weather Watcher with 3 helping dice plus your thunderstorm wise. I think that's it, unless you want to use a trait. Are you fearless with the way you build these? You
I
build
am
it during a
fearless.
thunderstorm.
Yep, I'll put it up right now. Don't
Okay,
care what the weather is. Fearless.
there you go. Go ahead and give me a roll. Three successes. So here's what you can do. You have 1 fate point and 1 persona point.
I was about to say, can he reroll that?
Actually,
6 as
here's
well?
what I also need to bring
Can
up.
I give?
I also
can we
need
give
to,
persona points away.
Unfortunately, no, you can't give persona points or
Thanks.
fate
I have a
points.
ton.
So, Axel, the way leveling up a skill works is that you need to roll passes of the same number of the skill and the same -1 the same number. So, what's your Weather Watcher currently?
It is currently 4.
4. So you need 4 passes and 3 failures.
Okay.
Do you want this to be one of those failures, or do you want to try to get this as a success?
I think I want to try and get this set up for the Tappers Point.
Okay, so you want this to be a success.
Indeed.
What I kind of can do, I'll let you go ahead and make this a success. Like the lightning rods will work technically, but I'm going to make you tired because of it. Is that okay? Then you'll be able to get a failure for this.
I mean, he's old.
You
Did a lot of work.
You've been first. You scream at spring and say it's not gonna rain anymore, and then instantly you start building the lightning rod. I think you can be tired. And
I was
still
gonna say,
succeed.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll come down off the tower after he sets it up and just kind of be wheezing and
Oh my god.
leaning on his staff a little bit harder and just kind of like wobble over to the food place to get some food.
Oh boy. And that night, the community mystery dinner begins, and
Yay!
and it's haphazardly put together by Blaze and the guard mouse that he guards the gate with, Miss Seabree, and they go through a horribly amateurish mystery dinner where the obvious killer is there was no killer. It turned out to be the food. Because Mikhail doesn't really like take it too much, but then they sort of like salvage it later on by saying, well, they ate so much that their stomach burst, and that was the killer.
Oh my
I told
God.
you guys that I had scripts if you wanted to do a murder mystery dinner.
What I wanted to write one.
And
Oh.
Sibri says, I mean, yeah, let's plan this out better next time. Next week?
Just let me know, and then like we can write it together, Blaze, and it will be super fun. And this one was good. Maybe I was a little bit jealous because I didn't
Oh.
get
You
help
also
in
squawked.
writing them.
You also squawked at some people.
Well,
Yeah, my throat is really
as long
sore.
as I can be the killer next time, because I always thought I'd be a good killer.
Oh my God.
And Sibri just sort of like looks from him to all of you with these wide, just, oh Lord Almighty eyes.
And like Ellie's like,
Remember, she looked
yeah,
at
yeah, sure, I guess.
The only
You'd be a-
mice who do not come to this community dinner are Guard Captain Arabelle, Patrol Leader Quincy, and the Mayor.
Ooh.
Ah,
Spicy.
Of course.
I'm going to gossip during this whole dinner. Like once I notice that they're not there, like. So I heard there's a lot of tension between Quincy and Arabelle, and where's the mayor?
Blaze sort of just like says out loud, like, yeah, they kind of hate each other.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I kind of got that.
And
Okay.
he sort of continues and says, well, it's just that, well, people here don't really like the idea of like building this place up and making it into like a place that wild mice will come by and live in.
I can see
But-
that.
Why else? But why wouldn't they want to help their fellow mice skin too?
Well, because it's all competition out here, from the looks of it.
It's kind of.
I mean,
You have to survive.
even like the patrol's kind of split. It's when my old patrol that Quincy leads. I don't think you've met them yet, but Ilaria and Kat, they oh man, they're really mad. Because
Did they
Guard
ever
Captain
say
Arabelle
why?
wants to just like, the only thing she really cares about is like making sure the place is like fortified. And
Yeah.
Well,
she's
this
really
is the matriarch's wish, isn't it?
well, yeah, but she wants it done by mouse ingenuity. She doesn't really like the idea of like making alliances with like non-mice.
I mean, we did just get done convincing two crows to
yeah, that's true.
help out.
And he sort of goes on and says, and Quincy, he just wants everybody to just get over it and like get all the wild mice in here. He's really mad at Arabelle. He really wants to try to like talk to the other animals, but she's very stiff about that.
Do you think there's any way that they would compromise? I'm guessing they've got two ideas. They just need to meet in the middle somehow, but they both seem like very stubborn mice.
Well, yeah, I mean, Guard Captain Arabelle was like a veteran of the Weasel War. She's the reason why like a lot of towns sort of survived. She's a master builder.
Probably why she's so gung-ho on fortifying and not being helped by other people. Okay, that makes sense.
And Seabury sort of perks up and says she's also a cold ass bitch.
Ellie
Yeah, I noticed
turns
that
to
too.
her and she goes,
Hey,
I mean,
I don't know
it's
her that
true.
well.
No, listen, I traveled here with her, and I've been here with both of them, and I'm just saying, if people dislike her, that's their problem. But the fact of the matter is that coldness, that's how she gets stuff done out here. And that's how
it's
she
survival
survived.
out here.
That's how she survived the Winter War, is because she just gives no fucks.
And you have to
Well, I
out here.
mean, Yeah, she doesn't really have a choice, and I to be quite honest, I don't really blame her. I mean,
Well, at the end of the day, we all need to band together to survive winter.
I
Like-
also don't like the locals not enjoying the mouse guard coming in. I don't like the feeling that the mouse guard are intruding on their private
Yeah,
homes. It
we
makes
need
me
to-
feel
Well,
very uncomfortable being here.
we
well-
need to
well,
somehow
that's-
tell them that we're not intruding and show them that
But we
mean
are.
Well.
well, that's because this is guard post. Like, this isn't this. I mean, it's their home, but it belongs to the guard. You know, rank and order still works here.
I don't think it should.
Yeah.
Why don't you? I mean, they knew it belonged to the matriarch and all that, and now it kind of belongs to Guard Captain Arabelle. She's in charge.
Because the people here need to feel safe. They don't need to feel like they're being, bossed around, especially the citizens. Like,
Well-
we're supposed to be here as a safeguard, not something to be scared of.
Well, yeah, but that's what the guard does.
And the guard shouldn't.
Blue will kind of lean forward and get into this conversation and pound his fist on the table between.
Ah!
Ellie kind of like squeaks and
You don't
jumps back.
remember the times before the guard, do you, boy?
I mean, I'm like 22, sir. I'm double two. I never.
That's what I thought.
I never ran anything.
We used to make do without the guard back in the day. My papa used to tell me stories about the times as wild mice before Port Sumac became our home. Then he kind of just goes into this regaling with a story of like survival and how mice had to band together and all this. And the guard isn't necessary, and well, these people, the guard is helping them. We have to show, not tell.
That's exactly what I was trying to say.
They won't listen to our words; they'll listen to our actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like what we did today with these crows.
If the people start realizing that, then maybe they'll see us more as their friends and less of the guard. I mean, sure, we're supposed to be there to protect them. I get that. And, we want to. But at the same time, it's, we have to realize that, we need to make friends with them too. I mean, they could help us in the long run.
Yeah, in order to help them, I mean, they gotta help us help them.
Seabury just
Yeah.
sort of like shakes her head and says, "Well, we're not doing a very good job. We had someone die, and they belong to
That-
the citizens, and now they're holding it against us. What are we supposed to do?"
Show them that wasn't our fault and make
Well-
things better.
Fault doesn't
But-
matter. It happens.
Maybe we can-
That's all there is to it.
What could have been done to prevent this? Were there enough
Well,
mouse guards with
other
the
than
I mean-
tying
citizens?
him up,
Think
there's
about this
nothing
though.
we can do.
It was either us get eaten by the possum or him just get snatched up.
Well,
I
he
mean-
ran from us.
Yeah.
That's why he got
And
snatched.
not only that,
But was
I
nobody
mean,
paying attention? I mean,
No, we
I-
saw him, and he just bolted.
We tried to tell him, sis. We tried to tell him not to run. We tried to tell him to stay still, and he didn't listen to us.
Yeah, you guys remember, like, he tried to, like, bolt with the Wolf Point.
Yeah,
kid?
and we
Yeah.
stopped him.
And he
The
tried
instant-
to take a little child with him too.
Not a little
He would've
child,
Well,
a budding
a
adult.
young,
He's
a
like
preteen,
20.
if you will.
a young mouse.
I'd
He's like
say
18.
he was a good 18.
Yeah.
Not all mice are like us. They're not all strong and smart and brave.
I mean,
Yeah.
When they see a predator, they're gonna run.
He would have taken.
Whether
Yeah, he
it
would have
be
taken one
towards
down
or
with him.
away, Here's
take
a big
old
thing.
Bernard for example. Nobody saw that coming. I mean, what else could they do? They couldn't,
Blaze sort of like looks like proudly up over at old Blue, and he sort of like drums his paws on the table, and he's like, "That's right. That's why the mouse guard is so important. That's why we need like why we need like respect, because we're doing the hard job that nobody else does. We're not like other mice."
But we
and
also
if we
need
keep
to.
up what we're
But
doing,
we
we'll
also.
parent it. That's how you
Yeah.
get respectful.
But we also need to make sure that they revere us not only as just guard mice, but also their friends.
We don't need to be necessarily their friends. We need to earn their
Well, we wanna get
respect,
this-
and we need to show that we're not here to rule over anybody.
That's what I'm trying to say. Steve.
Gotta
Which is
earn
like-
their trust.
That's what I'm trying
Which
to
is-
say.
Out of game, it's really, really hard to say that when there's literally one mouse matriarch who's making all the decisions. Like
Yeah.
Right.
democracy.
Right.
Well, that's what happens in the Mouse Guard. The rest of the towns actually own their own governments. You guys would know that not every town is the same. Some towns have mayors, other towns have like councils, and some of them literally have like a merchant democracy where only the richest mice, sort of like the most successful ones, are able to like make laws and like do things like that.
So it's like running government by states. Basically.
Exactly. Like Port Sumac actually is one of the unique ones because it is probably the only town in the territories, because it's a seaside town, but it's like such a powerful resupply point that it's like ruled by ship captains, which is like this is one of the only towns that allows new members into the fold by like votes. So like the council
Would
can
Old Blue
change.
be one of those?
Sorry,
Would
Blue
Old
is
Blue
from
be
Port
one of
Sumac.
you are
He's
from
not a
Port
captain.
Sumac. Was your
Yeah.
family one of the pirate ship captains' families? Maybe though.
His family were boatsmen.
That's true.
Okay.
But something tore you away from the guard. Was it the Weasel War, perhaps?
Hmm. That's probably about when he would have signed up eventually, originally. To the guard. So maybe he pulled into the guard for the Weasel War.
I mean, the Weasel War was rough, dude. It was during winter, and you still don't even know how many mice might have died. Countless. In all of the towns. All the towns had to give up a lot of stuff, including their own mice, their own food. So much stuff went to supply that war, and eventually the weasels were driven back, but the cost of it, like, this is why Tapper's Point is being built. They lost all of those towns and settlements to the west because of that invasion by the weasels. They slaughtered everyone there, they tore down all the buildings, they occupied them, and those towns were essential for the trade market and all the resupplying. The preparation for winter is essential for the territories, and that's what Gwendolyn is trying to do here at Tapper's Point, trying to build that back up. But is it gonna work?
That's the
And,
question.
and that's where we're gonna end the session.
Oh.
Yes!
Ah.
Ah.
I
So-
love that we're getting into the politics of it now.
Yeah,
too,
like
because-
Now we're
And
starting to go
Ellie-
into the politics.
I'm
Ellie
very
is
proud.
like-
Yeah.
persuading all over the place tonight. Like she is just holy crap.
So this is like the point in the game where like the players who this is exactly what I wanted. The players who are playing a few sessions are starting to realize I'm not just going through the game master's turn. I'm like trying to figure out, okay, I need to do something in the player's turn. Like,
Yeah.
my player's turn checks are gonna change things in this town. So
Yeah.
we're getting into the heavy stuff now.
Yeah.
We should reward you for it. So
Yay!
Oh god, the goal though.
here we go though.
We got it.
Oh,
Fate
I didn't
points.
get mine.
Oh yeah, actually, this is your first reward time. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so who here acted on their belief?
I did. I'm pretty sure I did
Hmm.
because I did all the persuading.
You also did consider science first, so you thought with your mind.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I did.
Now then, you get a fate point for acting on your belief. You also get a fate point if you played on your instinct this session. So go ahead, consider that as well.
Ah.
I don't know if I would have
Not.
foraged food to help make the food for Mikal. That's a stretch, I feel like.
You did it during the GM's turn, so I think
I-
it could. It could work.
Okay.
It could work. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't get
so
my
do
instinct.
I get a
You
fate
did have a
point?
dance because there was no fight.
Yeah, there was no fight.
There
I get
there
a
might have
fate?
been a fight. Might have been.
Yeah.
Or do I get a fate
Possible.
point for that?
I would think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Now then,
I just have to protect somebody.
did everybody here accomplish their goals?
Yes.
Yes.
Got all the
Yes,
youngins
we
back.
did.
No.
Yeah.
Got all
On
the
the way.
youngins.
Yeah, he did.
Well, hold on. I said make a scientific method or forge to help bring the crows to our side, which I did.
I feel like
Well, I didn't forage, but I. No.
you foraged for science materials.
I was gonna say, I feel like I. Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Well,
you wouldn't have gotten the shiny stuff from
That's what I'm
your
thinking.
scientist friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's true.
thinking.
I feel like but you didn't do science. You just sort of took his science stuff. Was that your intent? Was to like do
Yeah.
science stuff? So it sounds like you
here's the thing.
did-
My first intent when I walked in there was to like ask him, like, see if he could create something that would help the crows, like,
Yeah.
you know, like get on our side, like some kind of like smell that
That's
they
kind of
would
like
really
what scientists do. Like they borrow from each
Yeah.
other all the time.
But then I think it also got a little mixed up with what everybody else wanted, and I think
know.
he was only content like helping you guys out with one thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
feel like
fine.
you worked towards your goal, so you still get a
Yeah.
fate point for that, but I don't think
Oh,
you went all the way
okay.
to get it.
Okay.
Otherwise,
so am I
everyone
not? Am I getting it or not getting it?
you didn't get it, but you get a fate point because you did work towards your goal.
Okay.
All right, everybody else would get a persona point. Did anybody play against their belief in this session?
I didn't get to fight, sadly, so the old bones didn't fail me yet. I didn't have to fight.
They didn't fail you though.
It's true.
I don't know if
Yeah, I
you
think
went
I-
against your belief.
Abby,
I feel
did
like
you?
if you had like given up a fight, then maybe that would have.
Oh yeah, it didn't go against it. I didn't get to use my goal. At all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I hit my goal. Mine was to turn the morale around for Tapper's point. It's like we're taking baby steps.
Oh, but you did with. Well, wasn't there the?
I think you've been helping. Like you,
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
yeah. Your
You did
helping
with the
dice, I think,
signs.
works because
You
you
did with-
specifically said, the signs and
The
stuff like
signs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So Pepperjack's trying to put a positive spin on everything.
Yeah.
I think I did get my instinct though, because I reminisced about the old days and complained about the youngins.
that. It's true.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
That's
that. I
Totally.
actually kind of forgot about that. You do have an old man
Yeah.
instinct. It's great.
Yeah. That's awesome.
All
That
right.
works.
So here's where it's all culminating to. We need someone to be the most valuable player, the MVP. Who is it?
I
This
don't
is-
know. Old Blue this session was pretty good, and then also I feel like Ellie really
Ellie, I
helped us
think,
out
was
with the
awesome.
science.
But
mangling.
I think I
Again,
did well with the
The
persuasion.
signees
too.
were pretty
But
clutch.
again, it goes to the player who made the crucial contribution so that the patrol could complete its mission. That's what MVP says. So,
Ooh.
by all means, give this a hard think because we also have a Workhorse Award, which is for rolling a lot of skills. So, in my personal opinion, I think like Ellie kind of did help with like maybe a Workhorse.
Yeah.
But like I think concerning the mission, it would have to probably be
Old Blue.
Ida.
I agree with that. Old Blue, I think, he deserves it. So. Yep.
Yeah, in retrospect,
Because I
yeah.
rolled a lot of things, though I know that much, because there's a lot of check marks on my character.
Gosh, actually, yeah, because you did a lot of stuff during.
It's between. I'd say it's between Old Blue and Anita because they were talking with the crows. We
Yeah, I was
couldn't
about to
communicate
say.
with them at all,
Yeah.
and that was super crucial.
All right,
So was
so who are we voting for?
I don't know.
I'm voting for Old Blue.
Oh, to blue.
I gotta
Oh,
go.
Blue.
I'm gonna vote for Ida just because her squawk voice was amazing.
That voice was
She
great.
did have a good squawk voice.
I was,
That was
I was
awesome.
very impressed. My goodness.
Yeah. I think
Ayami.
I'll go with Ada because of the squawking.
Okay, so
That was
Ida-
pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie, and you're probably not gonna have a voice tomorrow.
Oh, no.
I usually don't lose my voice, so it's all good.
So now we need the workhorse.
I don't know. Vincent rolled a lot. I feel like
Oh,
Pepperjack.
I was a part.
I thought I did pretty good on my rolls.
I think
was about to
Ellie
say,
probably got more.
Ellie also
than
did the
I
workhorse.
I think legit.
Yeah, I was like I was helping as much as possible,
Yeah.
but she got
She
got
did do
the
a
shine.
lot of the. Okay, I'm rolling for this. I'm okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
All right, everybody good
Yay.
on Ellie getting workhorse?
Yeah.
Okay, what do I add?
A persona point.
God, I'm up to 8.
Dang!
I have so
I'm at
many.
6.
I have 6
Yeah.
fate points and 8 persona points.
Right,
The
so
worst.
Doing
now we come to the last award.
Love you, sis.
My favorite. Everybody gets a persona point for
Yay!
embodying their characters.
Yay. Dude, I
Because
have 9 of
we
those things.
love
I-
this game.
I have fun with that.
And I love how everybody, including Axel, you took that old blue old man warrior
Yeah.
dress and
Awesome.
ran
I
away
love
with it.
I love him already, and I
He did
feel
great.
like let me ask let me
Such a
Took me a bit to
perfect
get into it.
addition to Tapper's
Yeah.
But I had fun with it once I got
Let
into
me-
it. It took
let
me a
me
bit to
tell you
just get
this.
used to it.
I'm pretty sure Ellie's
Yeah.
gonna like look up to him as like a mentor.
Like,
Like
this is the first time I've been a player in a game in like a year and a half.
Oh my
Welcome.
gosh!
Wow,
Actually,
nice.
yeah, let's go ahead and just take this
Welcome
last. Let's take this last little few moments of the session to sort of like talk about the system, because I have 3 players here who have now played a lot of games. You've heard it from them. They've got tons of fate points, tons of persona points,
Yeah.
and I have
I'll
a
be
new
right back, guys.
player, Axel. What do you guys think of Mouse Guard so far? What's concerning you, and what is just downright awesome about the game, in your opinion?
Obviously, what's downright awesome, in my opinion, is the teamwork aspect of this. Is it really drives it home in just like the general nature of Mouse Guard. It's like every single mouse just kind of looking out for each other and just trucking forward, through countless dangers, and it really like shows to the actual. It gives a good testament to the system itself, that it allows like all of that kind of like role playing, to just be a part of like what you're going to do. And it just seems to add so much more to the story and so much more to just the plot in general of how it's building, and yeah, that's pretty much what I got there.
Yeah, no, I'm in love with this
Lovely.
system. It's just like, I know,
It's kinda
especially, it's so good. It's just so good. The opportunities to roleplay are there. It's simple. You have to explain why you're using certain checks for certain things, and you can get creative with them. I think I talked a couple sessions ago about how I like the group aspect of it, that everybody has to work together to accomplish a goal. The only thing I'm still confused of is like when you check like pass and fails with abilities and traits. But I mean, that's just the mechanics of the game, which
Yeah,
I'm still
I'm-
not
well-
familiar with.
I'm also confused on why, like, if you start to learn a skill, like how the passes and fails like integrate to that, because I feel like if you're just starting to learn the skill, I feel like you would be at a level 1 for that.
That's because
Like-
most obstacles are at level 2. So once you learn the skill, you immediately go to level 2.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Okay.
there's never any level 1 skills because
okay, that
that
makes
means
sense. then.
yeah,
'Cause I
they
was
like to.
This doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't we be level 1?
But yeah. How about yourself, Axel? You're a new player coming to this game.
I enjoyed it. I didn't know if I was going to enjoy it very much because I've never played Mouse Guard. I've looked at the system previously, and it felt like when I read it, it felt very board gamey. If that makes sense, like it's very mechanical sounding.
Yeah.
But it doesn't
Yeah.
play that way. It just sounds that
Oh,
way
no.
on paper.
And I think it's more based solely on role playing more so than anything else, because there's really not that many mechanics to it.
That's just
with-
it.
Yeah,
It's
with,
board gamey in the way it's set up phases and such like that.
Yeah.
So it's Blades in the Dark, which is the same thing I've said about that game previously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
both games that get out of your way and let you roleplay.
which is
Yes.
why I like it, because with D&D, 5e, it's like, oh, you have to roll this and you have to roll this. There's so much rolling, and it's
Be
like,
careful if you're a spellcaster, because then it gets a whole lot more like.
And that's a core thing
Yeah.
of the game, though. D&D 5e is built to be a hack and slash dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. It's
And
meant to
that's-
be like sort of it works
Yeah.
best with tiles and miniatures.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sad
It
to
works
say.
great
See,
that
and
way. You
that's-
don't have to play it that
yeah.
way, but it works good that way. I like mapping myself. It's one of the things I love to do as a DM.
Yeah.
Precisely.
And that's the
And-
thing with me. It's like I like to roleplay. Like I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
And I feel like this
D&D
game, totally lets us, roleplay it out rather than having to worry about so many mechanics.
5e is perfect for a group that wants to roleplay but also wants tactical combat.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
Mouse
what
Guard
it's.
doesn't do that.
Yeah, Mouse
Yeah.
Guard.
It's a very free-form system. The
And
combat
that's
is
why
just,
I like
although-
you're
it.
standing around fighting.
I
Yeah.
feel like for 5th edition, I think 5th edition is the best edition of
By a
D&D
landslide.
by
Oh,
a land.
yeah.
At least
Oh, yeah.
in
Or
terms
yeah,
of
that's a good assessment.
being accessible.
Yes.
Oh
Because
yeah. Oh yeah.
now what I think is I agree with everything you said. It just has a different economy, I think. The Mouse Guard economy is all about setting up a scene and what happens as a result of the character's
Said.
actions of that scene. And what I love most about Mouse Guard is that failure does not stop the story. It doesn't stop the game.
Oh yeah.
I,
Or like
uh,
your
It just
conditions
majorly affects
don't,
it.
or like your
Absolutely.
conditions don't stop it either. Like it
Mouse Guard
just
is about
it
failing
plays
forward.
more into the story.
Failing
which I think
forward.
is great. You
Yeah,
know.
Forward is the
failing
thing
forward.
I believe in D&D as
Yeah.
well, and it's all kind of a failing of DMs on some point when they're coming in and being new to that they don't use that. It's something that most experienced DMs do in every system.
So this is what I
Yeah.
really like about Mouse Guard is that it has a lot of good game mastering etiquette built into its system. I think with D&D you sort of have to DM for a while before you start learning. Okay, well I realize this scene doesn't go so fast if I just say they fail and make them roll again. With ideas like Mouse Guard or Burning Wheel, they really like they like counting dice. In D&D, you count your like spells, your attacks, your actions, while in Mouse Guard and Burning Wheel, you just sort of like you have a different economy of dice.
Absolutely, and that's because D&D is a dungeon crawler, which is about resource management.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mouse
But,
Guard is not
um,
about resource management.
I also
It's a
noticed
different kind of resource. It just mostly the resource is mainly your ideas.
that's true because in Player's Turn, it's a whole different ballgame. It's
Yeah,
I
and
like
like
that
sometimes-
quote actually.
You
And like
tell me.
sometimes basically you'll sit there and it's like if you can't come up with anything, you're not actually
True.
contributing to what everybody else is trying to move forward with.
Yeah,
and your
it's like-
overall goal.
Trying to figure out what different traits you can use and how you can kind of twist what you have to help the group or to get past a certain goal. Whereas with 5e, I feel, or Dungeons and Dragons in general, it's kind of like, this is what I have, this is what I have to work with. And it's very rigid like that because it is a dungeon crawler.
Yeah.
But I do like kind of, you can get more creative about it.
Now,
And
I
one
think
thing I will say I love about Mouse Guard, teamwork. It is
Yes.
a game built.
Let me
around
tell you, half
nobody-
those
ooh,
None of you are good enough to do anything by yourself. You need the help.
you are tiny
half
mice.
those- yeah,
Yes.
half those roles I probably would not have been successes had I not had dice from you guys.
I'm still
gonna tell you that right
amazed I
now.
managed to map past that nature roll that I negatived myself and had 3 dice to get a 3.
Yeah.
So
So good.
impressive.
Yeah, you got, and that's what makes it great too, because it's like you're like, oh god, like you have that tension, and when you roll those and like you get that, it feels so amazing.
There's
It's
always
funny
bated
because I
breath.
had rope that I didn't use to help
Oh, yeah.
myself. But
But like, here's the
party
thing:
with.
it's like with D&D, for them, it's like, oh, you take such and such damage, where like this. It's like if you fail, here's what happens, and there's like a whole like story behind it, Instead of just taking damage, like you can get a condition or something can happen that influences the story, and that's what I love about Mouse Guard is because like when you base it solely, well not solely, but like when you base it more on the role play, like things are happening, and I feel like it's a lot more interesting rather than okay, well you take 1200 damage, or you take
1200 damage. Oh no.
I have
Dear
to say a
Lord.
fun fact
No,
that,
Hopefully
12 thunder.
not.
12 thunder.
Thunder. Oh goodness.
Okay.
Yeah, 1200 damage.
1200
I mean-
damage.
I don't even think
Coming
Josh
up on
can go back
Festival of
from that.
Colors.
No.
Let me just roll the
Episode's so
death saving
very
throws
amusing.
now.
Hey, get him out of the way.
Angry.
Right.
All right. Well, we're gonna call it here, friends. We hope you enjoyed. And again, we have lots of other games coming tomorrow. In fact, we have Out of the Abyss, No Party Mode. If you don't know what that is, it's basically that campaign, but we noticed that there are some fun, wonderful, non-playable characters that sort of got. We just saw a lot of potential in them, and their stories don't really get expanded on as much as I think they should have. So we decided to just make them the focus of the game, and if you'd like to see what happens when you take these wonderful concepts and this colorful cast of very crazy people, it becomes absolutely wonderful. I'm very pleased with it. That
Shoe
is.
stars
Oh,
What?
That- oh, what was that again?
I heard
OP. I said
Apple
Shushtar's OP.
Shushar is well.
Shushar!
There's a psionic
Shushar is amazing.
psionic Kuatoa. If that doesn't get you watching, I don't know what will.
Yes.
Now then, we also have Festival Colors coming on Sunday at 1 p.m. And after that, we have more Mouse Guard Tuesdays, Thursdays. We do have a monthly one-shot that's probably going to be coming up next month sometime. And I'm sure I'll get the followers by then. If not, then
come
who
on.
knows?
You
I mean,
get the followers.
Oh,
Stop it. You're gonna get the followers.
I
Yo,
thought you said
Deanna.
you're not gonna get
I mean,
the followers.
no,
was
I said
like,
we're probably gonna get the followers, but I'm so pleased that you were very quick to be like, 4, you'll get them. You just have to-
I like how it was this and then
We're your mouse guard for.
Yeah.
Dude.
Channel your inner mouse guard.
Yes,
Yes.
channel it.
So
For
tell
now-
everybody.
For now, we are going to go ahead and. I know we brought up Blades in the Dark previously, and if you don't know, there's a season finale going on.
Yes, there is.
On Speedy's channel. So what we want to do, we're going to send them a very friendly raid. If you would please go ahead and highlight that /me and get that cheese as well.
God damn it, Kirk.
We're going to depart, call it a session, and we're going to drop into our good friends at Not So Speedruns and wish them a happy finale.
Yay!
Because
Bye,
good
guys.
gosh darn, you don't get those every once in a while. Alright, well, go ahead, do that, please. It will be the most lovely thing ever. And they deserve our love anyways. So, here's what we'll do. Type that in just a moment. Oh my god, Unmade Gaming is raiding. We have to... Quick!
What?
Quick! We're calling a
Raid
session.
more!
Quick, get
Raid
out of here.
more!
Go raid.
Raid more!
Bye.
Raid more!